Stream Elements says, Scorpwana is now live. Streaming Star Trek Online, Star Trek Online, QL After Dark, April 4, 2023. Scorpwana says, HRM. Scorpwana says, mic not working.
What? What's working? Huh? What? Your what's what not working with your what? Oh. Well, it works here.
Test. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Whatever. Damn it.
Yep, there it goes. Whatever, damn it.
My Streamlabs chatbot's not showing a chatters list. But there's nobody really there anyway. This one's not even showing anybody. It's just gonna be one of those weird streams, I guess. Okay. Well, anyway.
I guess.
Stream starting soon. Go off. Yay. Test. Testing.
Bow, 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 bow.
Let's do Archer again. Acquire and accept.
But Martinez's mind was. And Joe does not.
Okay, we gotta go this way today. Load up that side chat just because, even though it's probably not gonna work.
Everyone's so focused on Sam coming back.
Sam!
They need to fucking, like.
They think that's
whatever
who's
it
leaping
is. Pad their expectations or something. Like, I get that the end of the episode end with who's coming back being, like, a big mystery, but in hopes that Sam would, or not Sam, Scott Bakula would reprise his role, but if I had to take a guess who steps through that quantum leap accelerator, it'll be either Martinez, somehow he survived, and he pops out
Like his
because
body?
he has, well, just him, because we learned that when you leap, your injuries are just mysteriously healed.
Yeah.
So it's either Martinez, since he can't return to his future since the quantum leap accelerator is destroyed, his only exit is
The present.
that quantum leap
Yeah.
accelerator
So that would be two Martinez's in that.
in one timeline,
Yeah.
yep. Or my guess is the original Addison before everything got changed.
So somewhere out there, she actually went through the leap, and that happened. So it could be a crossover between the two. Like.
Yes, because if Addison goes back in time and because we've learned a couple things in the last episode. Whatever causes the nuclear holocaust is probably not Project Quantum Leap. Because I remember future Ian saying something about Quantum Leap was used as a scapegoat. Yeah. So
like they blamed
they didn't cause it, but Quantum Leap was blamed for it. And so they sent Martinez back in time to kill Addison, which means she's still leaping. And then Ian goes back in time to kill Ben, so he steps into the quantum leap accelerator. So in theory, that original Addison could still be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That actually makes some sense because if, like, future Ian said that's why he went back to warn Ben about Martinez going to kill Addison, or whatever, then of course Ben changes things, but that future still exists since Ben
Exactly.
leaped there. So there's
Overall,
like
I thought
a paradox.
the episode was pretty good. I just had like a couple annoyances about it.
What happened to magic whenever Martinez was inside of that magic and leaped?
Exactly. So like Martinez is in Magic's body, and so Martinez steps into the quantum leap accelerator with Ben.
They both vanish. Yeah. Huh? Hello? Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Well, we'll return to that discussion in a moment, I suppose. I think Core's internet's messing up or something. Do.
Just Call Makor says, it's not.
It's not. Oh. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Ooby-dooby-doo. Ooby-dooby-doo. Dun, 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 dun. One hell of a patch for Stowe right now. Had to do that before I was in there playing.
All three silos are under
All
Allied
three
control.
silos.
Excellent work.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
There you are.
Oh my gosh, there we go. What the fuck was that?
I don't know. You cut
Fortress
off.
has engaged transporters.
I know.
Ships inbound.
I was talking and then like it's like, I don't know. My computer, not my computer, but my
Headset.
whatever I used to handle, because it wasn't my microphone, but something like that handles my microphone and my computer just decided to stop working.
It said enough of that.
Yeah.
It said
But
stop talking.
the
Magic body.
Magic's body.
Because both
Yeah.
he and Martinez disappear and vanished, you know, so that means
Well, I
physical
think
body.
so. My theory is, and they're probably never going to address it, and I honestly don't blame them for not addressing it, but my headcanon is Ian, when Ben was in the time loop episode, Ian figured out how to replicate that instance in order to create his cheat code.
Oh yeah.
And that's how Ben was able to re-leap at the start of his leap, because the instance of him restarting his leap is the same exact as that episode.
And he was able to leap back into himself again.
Exactly. So I think he adjusted the parameters of that happening and then created so yeah, like that entire episode, that entire last episode, actually, like, it's something they're never going to explain, but it like set up this like cool like entry point for that whole season itself, because hold on.
Dun, dun,
And this
dun.
computer's crashed or something? Control, delete. It's like all the computers took a shit for some reason.
You got
I don't know.
a
Anyways,
storm or something?
no, it's not a storm. It's just
Electrical surge?
no, it's not that either. Anyways,
For your free reading.
Hello, LA that's happening by.
so what's his face? Oh, so
Leatus _
Ben-
Abnobos says, "Was up."
traveled to all these points. There was this big mystery at the start of the season about the code that Ben injected into the Quantum Leap Accelerator before stepping into it himself.
Yeah, something to get him to a certain position.
And from what I can gather, the code he injected was purposely so the Quantum Leap Accelerator could like merge his leaping with Martinez at certain points. They would cross paths on purpose. That
Right.
way, when he and it's weird. Obviously, he had no way of knowing.
Maybe he knew and forgot Swiss cheese effect.
Yeah, something like that. But he had no like official way of knowing that he would step back into the Quantum Leap Accelerator and basically go into this weird time fight with Martinez. But I think that like helped allow him to do that.
Yeah, it.
But
He double leaped. I could have sworn in the psychiatric episode or whatever that they said that what's her face, who was helping Ben, you know, off the grid or whatever, said that that was his last leap. He wasn't supposed to leap out of that, so she didn't know what was next. But then all of a sudden in this last episode, she goes, "No, this is what he was supposed to do." I'm thinking, all right, which one is it?
no, it's so that's another complaint I had was
Leatus
The-
_ Abnobos says, "She lies."
meeting of Ian and Ben
Leatus _
in that final
Abnobos says,
episode
"The cake is a lie."
kind of seemed like it was kind of like rushed in, if it makes any sense.
Yeah, like they kind
Like,
of pushed.
When Ben leaps back to 2018 to the start of the project, he kept going on about, I need to save Addison, blah, 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 blah. He never mentions that there was a nuclear holocaust at the end of the, in 2050,
yeah,
whatever. You would think maybe he'd mention that. So that just kind of tells me that they kind of fit that in, like,
changed
afterwards.
something.
And I'm guessing what happened was it was originally supposed to be 13 episodes, and it got extended to 18. So I'm guessing they, obviously had to rewrite stuff. That last episode was probably just about saving Addison, and then the whole nuclear holocaust was thrown in last minute, knowing they would need to continue because obviously they got renewed for season 2.
Right.
So
And Ben is still
That
leaping from what
stuff-
we see.
that stuff was kind of iffy.
It's timey-wimey stuff.
Also on the season 2 clip that they did, Addison
Leatus
was
_
wearing
Abnobos
a
says, "Wouldn't each jump where he changed something in the
Quantum
past?
Leap jumpsuit,
change
which
the
makes me
future?
think
Would he know?"
that's why future Addison steps out of the Quantum Leap Accelerator instead of Ben.
That makes some sense, yeah. So it'd be Addison and Addison. Original
Would who
timeline.
know? Wouldn't each jump where he changed something in the past change the future? would who know? That's another complaint I had as well.
They shouldn't have known. Their memory should have changed, not his, right?
Leodis_Abnoboss says,
In
yeah,
a
butterfly
past
effect.
episode, there was a instance in which Ben changed the past, and the Quantum Leap team saw the effects of the change instantly. It's when Ian was doing a Google search on
Yeah.
Leodis
He
a
remembered
Abnoboss
it.
transgender.
says, Ziggy is down
Yeah,
for most
it
of
was a
season. Would they know
transgender
it was changed?
female who ran away from home and got killed, and then when Ben saved her, Ian remembers the change instantly as it's happening.
Yeah.
And then in last night's episode, they explained that because Ben was altering his own future, the changes that he was making to the timeline potentially would not happen until he leaked out,
Yeah, they were
because
still
some
in
kind of
flux or something.
because some kind of quantum bubble.
Bubble. There's that word
Formed.
again.
Yep. Some kind of quantum bubble formed and was protecting the timeline until the leap happened. So I know it's weird because at that point when Martinez and Ben leaped, that quantum bubble in theory should have popped and
Yeah.
the changes should have instantly happened,
That's
but
what I thought. Yeah.
that's not what happened. So
Yeah, it's like it wasn't done yet, and it was left open for Ben to do another leap, and then he leaps completely out, and it's like they still like have the original memories, waiting for him to leap in at the last second, you know.
yep.
So I don't know. That's one of the things that it's just like regular Quantum Leap was like kind of like that in a way, you know. Like they had some things that would change or whatever, and you know, Al would remember things a certain way or whatever, and then he would remember it alternately or something, you know. So it's a thing that just happens when you write about time travel, and the rules of Quantum Leap are different.
I was gonna say that's just something you gotta suspend your belief, and it's not even just a Quantum Leap thing; it's an all time travel thing because
If you dig too deep, you go a little nuts.
yeah, exactly. Time travel stories are always going to be inconsistent. You know, Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people like to use Back to the Future as like the basis for anything related to time travel. And Back to the Future is a good time travel story, but it also has its flaws. It's just a lot of people like to overlook those flaws because in theory, yeah, there were time travel stories before Back to the Future, but Back to the Future was like, other than, you know,
it made you think.
Other than what's the book? The Time Machine. Other
Yeah.
than the Time Machine, there wasn't really ever a huge time travel story as popular as Back to the Future. And one of the things that Back to the Future set in its time travel story was any changes somebody made to their own timeline, it was like a ripple effect. They wouldn't experience those changes until one, time caught up with them,
Yes.
or two, they time traveled again, and then those changes were instant. Like in part one,
they would be fixed at
in part one, Marty made it so his mom never went out with his dad, and so he was never born, but it took a while for those changes to happen. Like time had to catch up with him before he started to fade away. And then in Back to the Future 2, they did it again, but this time the time change was immediate
because
when
they jumped back.
Yeah, when they traveled through time. So
yeah. And you know the thing about remembering, Addison was inside the chamber, so that's probably why she had protected memories of certain things too. Like Al, apparently that's how he remembered stuff that the team didn't remember because he was locked off from that somehow, the change happening to him. Ziggy is down for the most of the season when they know it was changed. No, not really. Ziggy can only predict the changes that could possibly happen, variables and stuff like that. It can look back at what records it has been that have been put into Ziggy. I think we lost Core again.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Like,
I'm just listening.
yeah, if a team just inputs information or they allow Ziggy the internet, it's always just what's there. So Ziggy too would say, okay, well, this here, this and that. I think the reason, like, they have records of leaping and changing because Magic was talking about, like, in his original timeline or whatever, this happened, that happened, whatever, he died and all that. But whenever Sam went back, it saved his platoon, and the original timeline is different than the other one. So how would they know the timeline had changed unless somebody knew about it and made a report about it? And I think that report was probably Al, because he was inside the chamber, protected from the time ripple that changes things. And I think, except that time when he and Sam were at Al's court hearing thing or whatever in that one episode where they was like sentenced to death for Al or whatever, then all of a sudden the guy behind Sam was not Al anymore, but it was this other dude that was the handler of, or the hologram. And that's one thing I never could figure out really, though. Like, who's making the reports after this is done? Does Ziggy really know that the time has changed based off of it? See, it's supposed to be the quantum computer. That's why it's a quantum leaping. So maybe Ziggy does. Maybe it doesn't. We never get told. We just know that Sam created Ziggy.
Laetus underscore Abnoba says,
Ziggy
I figured that is what Ziggy was for.
Yeah, Ziggy.
Did he, though?
It's a probability, like, thinking type computer where it's like, you know, if you do this, this, and that, this is the probability of this happening or whatever. So it kind of figures out what kind of changes could possibly happen, and it goes like so many times in its database head or whatever, figuring out like, you know, which course to take for Sam back in the day, which course to take for Ben, because it's like Ziggy says, if you do this, there's a certain percentage chance, because when he said there's just like a 90% chance this can happen, it's because Ziggy's ran the scenario simulations in its own AI and figured out the best course of action that could possibly lead to, like, Ben saving somebody or an actual successful leap. But it only just does probabilities. You know, it doesn't know until it's official, like the leap is over and this is, like, locked in. But how does it know the original history if, when Ian even looked through the archives or the information that Ziggy had on the trans whatever person that got killed or who died and then didn't die, the information in Ziggy was the one that didn't die. So I don't know. Somebody has to be the one to come up with that information there. It had to be Al back then.
Ziggy's weird because Ziggy is the most inconsistent character on the show. Just because Ziggy changes according to
who's writing the episode.
Like what? Yeah, basically, depending on the plot, depends on how connected or disconnected Ziggy is from the story itself. Because you have, like, yesterday's episode, they were talking about the Quantum Leap Accelerator being pissed off because
says, so
Ben
Ziggy could have
leaped into
plotted
the
out
future,
some outcome,
and so
but
it
by
was
changing
trying
the
to
past,
Yeah.
the
pull
motives
him back.
changed. But the original Ziggy
But-
figured those changes into its jumps
Oh,
originally.
so it's just like when it comes to Ziggy, it's just like, well, how is the Quantum Leap Accelerator getting pissed off? Like, is it the Quantum Leap Accelerator, or is it like Ziggy getting pissed off? And I don't know. It's just
Well, yeah, it couldn't track
they-
him correctly, so it was trying to pull him back into the quantum leaping field or whatever it has the leaper in or whatever.
And it's just like, okay, so the Quantum Leap Accelerator is angry at Ben for traveling to the future, and so it's trying to pull him back into the past, but it's just like, okay, so if the Quantum Leap Accelerator has some kind of control over Ben, then why doesn't it just send him home to the present day?
Right.
It's just...
That's been a thing with Quantum Leap, even when Sam was leaping. See, Latis Omnibus, so Ziggy could have plotted out some outcome, but by changing the past, the motives changed. But the original Ziggy figured those changes into its jumps originally. Who knows?
But the thing you have to, the thing you have to understand about Ziggy doesn't plot anything. Ziggy has no control over the Quantum Leap Accelerator whatsoever. Even though they call Ziggy a quantum computer, it has no control over time.
Yeah.
At all. It just takes information from time. You know,
It
the
takes
Quantum Leap
information from what it got, from what's input into it.
Quantum Leap Accelerator is its own entity, I guess you could say, its own character in the show.
Yeah, it's...
And we talked about it yesterday.
It keeps the
And
leaper.
the original series, according to the finale episode, the Quantum Leap Accelerator was controlled by God.
Yeah.
And then he released his control, and then
Sam just
leaps wherever the hell he leaps to. But in this show, it's just like, is it controlled by God again, or...
I like to think of the Quantum Leap Accelerator as a doorway that opens to a different dimension. And this, the leaper is in the field of energy of this dimension, and it just gets thrown somewhere, you know. And they're there. If you turn off the Quantum Leap Accelerator, you effectively killed the leaper because they're not back yet. So, and once they rematerialize, I guess is whenever they return leap. You know, that's kind of how I always looked at it. And that's why they were always like, they had to keep even in the original series, they talked about they had to keep funding the project or whatever because Sam was still leaping. If they would have, like, say, shut down Ziggy, shut down the leaping system, well, you can't pull Sam back out of whoever he's in or wherever he's at, so he's relatively stuck there, you know. So it's like it keeps a map of who it is. It's almost like a transporter, I guess you'd say, for like Star Trek in a way. Once you beam someone somewhere, they're there until you need to pull them back and beam them back to the ship. But in that case, in the Quantum Accelerator, it beams you back into the field of the accelerator, and then just like you know, you would think randomly tosses you over here or there or whatever. But yeah, I get it. It's like its own little thing, and it requires a whole hell of a lot of power. And then Ziggy's just like a, you know, a second base person that keeps up with information. Then you got the person.
That's the thing too, is that's the thing that confuses me, because that's the thing. Okay, so Scorp says that the Quantum Leap Accelerator is like a doorway to another dimension, and if you cut the Quantum Leap Accelerator off, it would effectively kill the Leaper. But then the show, I mean, you would think, yes, that's how the Quantum Leap Accelerator works, but then yesterday's episode completely contradicts that, since we know that Martinez stepped into his Quantum Leap Accelerator and then it was destroyed after that.
Yeah.
So it's just like,
that's the
he's
thing
just
too.
leaving.
Like, well, there's still an accelerator going on, so maybe it draws from that one. You know, I don't. It's a big conundrum thing. Like, it uses the leaping accelerator, like, it's like it puts you in there, you know, and then your energy is just thrown around in quantum flux, I guess. And like, yeah. Because I guess that would make sense, because if every time Sam leaped, the accelerator would fire up again, you know, kind of thing. But they said that they never could turn it off or else Sam would die. Or, well, he would be stuck wherever he's at. So it's like it sort of played a part. And since it was the same quantum leap chamber in the future and present and whatever, maybe one was thrown off from that. I don't know. You know.
Leodis
All I
underscore
know
Abnova says, so
is
does the
that
jumper overwrite the soul of who he jumps
NBC
into?
ordered production of season 2 to start like a month or two ago.
So this fall is when it's coming
So
back.
expect, like they've been actively recording season 2 for like 2 months now.
Yeah.
Expect season 2 to suck because there's probably going to be another writer strike happening.
Uh-oh.
So
Seriously?
I imagine
Son of a bitch.
Yep, I imagine the first handful of episodes will be of the same quality as mid to end of this season, and then
So, like, probably standalone types that could be just an easy save here or there and nothing really story-bound then. Not a whole lot of
does the
story.
jumper overwrite the soul of who he jumps into? No. There was an episode this season that explains that the leaper, it's not that he overwrites the soul, they inhabit the leaper.
It's a
They
goal
basically
thing.
inhabit the same space.
Yeah.
But the consciousness of the person that Ben leaps into shuts off while he's in control. It's weird. I try not to think about it.
Yeah.
Because in the original series, what happens was whenever Sam would leap into a body, the person would step out of the quantum leap accelerator and they would put that person in a waiting room until Sam leaped again. But they did away with that with the new show. Now it's Ben
They disappear.
leaps into that person's body and they cohabitate. I can't really say cohabitate. It's
Right.
just he takes over their body, but it's two body. I don't know. It's a bubble.
It's crazy.
It's
It's like
it's a bubble. It's
when
another
Sam
bubble.
is leaping himself as himself at the end of Quantum Leap's original run. He doesn't jump into bodies that we see. I mean, he is himself when he appears in front of Beth at the end of the episode. So, you know, it's weird. It could be one way or the other way kind of thing. I mean, maybe if you're outside of that part of the Quantum Leap part, you can be yourself. I don't know. But yeah, it's always been like a host go old type thing where because Magic, you know, he talks about being leaped into in the new series, you know, like because in the old series, Magic was leaped into by Sam, and then he recalls just vivid memories of that, but in a face, which is Sam's face, you know, every so often. But he doesn't remember like the fine details of it, and it's kind of like it just rushes over. So they're kind of put in the back seat, you know, in a dream state, if you will, or just turn the consciousness off while the leaper is in control, which is really dangerous because the leaper can kill the person. And they're like, but I didn't die, you know. And dogs can see Sam. Some crazy people could have seen Sam. Kids, you know. So I guess the same would be for Ben. I mean, they never did have that in the episodes for this Quantum Leap yet, but I think they probably will put that in there eventually. The whole like, wait, you can see me? Where's my mommy kind of thing, you know. 'Cause I think that's what it was for Sam. He leaped at some woman, and the kid, the child was like, "You're not my mommy. Where's my mommy at? Just pretend that I am your mommy, okay? Just for your daddy's sake." I want to say I remember that from Quantum Leap. I'm sure someone out there. Let's ask Spencer. He probably has like an Excel spreadsheet for us on Quantum Leap.
Leodis underscore Abnova says, so they leave it completely open and unexplained, so they can justify whatever story they want.
Yeah, just leave it up to the viewer to figure out their own way of wanting to know. I mean, physical body, waiting room. The waiting room no longer exists in this quantum leap, and it may not have really needed to exist before in the original quantum leap, but since God part of you throw a God in there, you never know what the hell you're looking for anymore. You know, you're just like, it's magic. Not magic the character, but it's just magic the mystical stuff when you put a God factor in it. But in quantum computing, though, 1 bit can be a 1 and a 0 simultaneously. It's kind of like Schrodinger's cat. It doesn't have a yes or a no answer until the very end is discovered. However, in quantum, they both are the same answer. Yes and no are both correct. That'll throw you off anywhere. Every fork down the road leads to the same point. In a way. Let's change the instance. You can have like 3 choices, and no matter which choice you take would branch off multiple times and always end up at the same place. But all of them be the correct choice. That's the thing. It's always weird. It's like, you know, I've always thought choices were like that anyway. Like, we don't really have choices. We're just presented with these 2 things.
Reyadis_Abnoboss says, off to work. This is above my head. Laterts.
And that's the way the cookie crumbles.
And that's the way they crumble cookies. But yeah, that's it though, you know, the writing. It all boils down to the writing. Like, who writes episode, who thinks the time travels this way or that way. We don't know. Time travel so far to us in the real world is just science fiction still. Or is it? Have you watched that Picard trailer?
Oh no, I just watched whatever they had on whatever they had last week, and that's it.
Oh, the Ready Room thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, the trailer doesn't really show much. Shows a picture of Worf and Raffi. So they're going to be in the next episode.
Raffi. Uh-huh. Yeah. Next episode. They'll be there. RV Square.
It's hip to be square. Don't need money. Don't need fame. Don't need no credit card to ride this train. Damn it.
4-foot ultra premium. 4-foot ultra premium HDMI cable.
Oh, I thought
Man.
you meant a pizza.
People are stupid.
Hey, who needs a super HDMI cable?
This bundle comes with a brand new unopened PS5. Brand new I don't believe that shit for 1 second.
Pre-owned, unopened.
This bundle comes with a brand new unopened PS5 as well as a used like new, I hate that term, like new,
Like new.
Gigabyte G27FC curved, a 27-inch curved gaming monitor, and an ultra premium 4-foot HDMI cable. Perfect gift for any young boy or teen or any gamer who hasn't upgraded to the latest console. All in all, everything together at retail sits at around $750. I'm only asking for $600. Open negotiation.
Unopened, brand new PS5. How much do those things cost, brand new?
500, I believe.
I wonder where he got that at.
Yep, $500, brand new, unopened, he says. Even though there's a piece of black tape on the box, it's been unopened.
Well, yeah. Did they do the thing like, what was that, some sort of a show I watched or movie or something where kids were digging through the trash at some electronics store and getting out empty boxes of electronics that people had bought and just thrown the box away. They were putting like bricks inside of there and shrink wrapping the box to make it look brand new and reselling this stuff.
Yeah. Bum, 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 bum.
You know, now that I think about it, what if, like, Martinez, Ben, and Addison are simultaneously were at the time leaping? You know, and he was actually looking for her, right? Like, originally. And he kept thinking Ben leaped to get in his way, so... And then
That's the thing, it's weird, because according to Martinez, everyone on the team is leaped at some point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just... I don't
So
know,
he
I
was
try
going to
not
kill
to...
everybody, yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe Addison was going to be his first one since she was currently supposed to be the one leaping at the time he was going back. Man, I like the idea that she's leaping for some reason. Like continue like right now, and but Ben would be the handler. So would there be another an alternate timeline Ben that's her hologram while she's there? It's that timey-wimey shit. Previously on Clone Leap. Magic decides to leap. Evidently, Ian specified exactly who he needed to leap into. Leapt there, delivered information, came home. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
Sam only randomly leapt because God was involved. Ben, what we thought was random leaping was actually planned leaping to wind up to a certain position. But now it could be, you know, entering the cheat code could have caused it to where now leaping will be random and he won't be able to know about the control, and it may shoot itself back to his own timeline stuff. I don't know. We'll have to see this fall if we live that long. So that's like what, August, September?
August, September. Something like that. When it comes back on?
Yeah.
If I had to guess, late September or early October. I don't think anything comes back August.
Could have sworn
Could be
back
wrong,
in the day
but
stuff could have done that. American hero, G.I. Joe's girl. Got to get tough, Yo Joe.
Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Brown Pants Special.
Ba, ba, ba. I got one more episode of Power Rangers to watch before Tommy turns good.
Oh no! Good Tommy. Blah.
Tommy just destroyed all the Megazords.
The
Oh,
overacting.
the
is hilarious.
Megazord and Zordon is gone, and everyone just figured out the Green Ranger's secret identity, and it's just like if they would have watched the last 3 episodes of Power Rangers, they would already known what his identity was.
If they watched their own damn show, they could have known.
Yep.
It's so damn obvious.
It really is.
So it's like a TV viewer jumps into the episode and says, "Watch this." How do you have this?
And what's funny is it is so damn obvious. I mean,
He wears green.
well, it's not that he just wears green, but
His attitude.
he was a dick to everyone. Like, he was nice when he fought Jason the first time at the karate championship thing. And then all of a sudden he turns into a dick, and it's just like, y'all seen what Rita could do in the past. You're telling me that maybe you can't, like, figure this out at all? Like,
Well, they have to be stupid so the story progresses. It's like the Flash. Power of love. And there's only a finite amount of energy for Tommy to be the Green Ranger, so he can only morph in time just so much. Rah, 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 rah. Got it. Nice.
Excuse you.
Alright. And nope, not there. Not. Okay, change over. I mentioned it just last night and it happened today.
Oh, really? What happened last night today?
I mentioned that my mom, when she cooks stuff, and it's especially like when she cooks the Salisbury mashed potato stuff or whatever has no taste, she cooked that tonight.
Oh.
Yeah. It's what I'm eating.
Well.
It's what I barely ate earlier.
I don't know. Tell her to fix her shit. I don't know, man.
Fix
People
your
need to learn how to cook. It's not hard. It really isn't. It's not complicated, cooking. Add a little bit of salt, add a little bit of pepper, throw in a little bit of MSG, man. Call it a day.
Some pecker.
Yeah, some salt and pepper.
I was working with the assistant manager tonight, and she was telling me about her daughter-in-law, how she was going to be cooking or whatever, because her husband came in, which is, you know, the assistant's not son but stepson, and he was saying, "Well, wife's gonna be cooking spaghetti tonight," because she's like, "Really?" or whatever, and I said, "Oh, spaghetti sounds good." She goes, "You wouldn't want the way she cooks that spaghetti," and I said, "Why?" She goes, "She doesn't use like any kind of meat but smoked sausage." I was like,
That sounds good. What?
yeah. I was like, smoked sausage, it's different, but I don't know that I would say it's bad. I haven't tried it.
I don't know, man. That sounds good. Some ground up smoked sausage, cooked just like ground beef. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, people are weird, man. Some people are like super basic. I used to know someone that made lasagna and they'd use ground beef and sausage.
Ah, that's
And that shit was good too.
yeah. You add it, you change it up, you know. And some lasagna is not even having any meat in it, you know.
Exactly. It's like pizza, man. People who hate on certain pizza, like who cares? You can have pizza however the hell you want.
That's right.
That shit is good.
As long as you have, you know, the pie itself, that's what matters. You got to have the bread in there. If you don't have like the actual, you know, thing that creates the pizza, then there's nothing to put it in, and it turns into just a little dish of slop and slime that's everywhere or something. Got to have the crust.
That's right. The
Real
crust.
American hero, G.I. Joe is there. Got to get tough, yo Joe.
Mencia! Carlos Mencia!
Say Kia. Haha! Power Rangers, I will take over this, and you will all die. Da-na-na-na-na. Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Magic wand! Make my penis grow!
Bam, 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 na, na, na. Dun, 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 dun. Make my anus stretch. Anal fissure by morning. Boom, 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 ba-da-da-da-dum.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Make it so. Have you ever watched that video?
No.
Captain Picard song?
Nope.
You should.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
He probably has a lot of Captain Picard spoilers.
It's got a lot of him talking in it. Especially the part where he just kept talking in one long, incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic. No one had the chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard, USS Enterprise. Make it so. Make it so. Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Tea, all very hot.
Captain Picard of the prize. Captain Picard of the prize.
Captain Jean-Luc Pickard. Is there a John Luck Pickard here? Mr. Pickard.
Mr. Pickard.
Pickett. Mr. Pickard. You owe for 2 days' rent. And last month's rent.
Man, this box of French toast sticks has some bananas on it, and that sounds really good.
Bananas in pajamas are coming. Coming what, exactly?
Live from New York, it's the Borg!
You could see it, like a bunch of Borg just sitting in the audience. Borg is the band. Borg is the special guest. Borg are the actors doing the skits. We will assimilate them.
You know, I will say this about
The Brog.
Quantum Leap. It definitely had a good turnaround. I was expecting the show to be shit after the first couple episodes. And it surprisingly turned it around and was pretty decent.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I was gonna give it a shot no matter what. You know, I was gonna watch the first season to see how it was, even if it was gonna be like, you know, maybe like a few episodes or so. I'm glad that it got longer than 13, because 13 was like usually television's normal episodes. You know, I don't know nowadays. They probably have it different. Different. I got it different, don't they? Different.
It's Johnny.
Score
Five
Quanta
is
says,
alive. Oh, that's right.
https://www.youtube.com/watch.
HBO is doing a
YHRQF757I.
Harry Potter reboot,
Oh boy.
but it's going to be a TV series where each year is its own season. So it's HBO. I have faith that this is going to be really good.
He's got faith. So you
Yeah.
think the season's gonna be like a book, maybe?
Well, that's what they already said. It's
Yeah.
every season is going to be its own year. So just like every book was its own year.
Nice.
So
Wonder who they're gonna
Make
get
it
to
so.
play like a young Daniel Radcliffe then.
just get Daniel Radcliffe to play a young Daniel Radcliffe.
That's
know?
right. Yeah, he could
I've
totally
seen
do
his.
that.
I've seen his range. You know, I saw Weird Al Yankovic story. He could do it.
Yeah, he totally could. They can get that baby face filter on him or whatever. And
Nah, they don't need a filter. You just have him go walk on set and record his lines and call it a day. You know.
yeah. Harry, you sure are tall. Yes, it comes from my dad's side of the family. Harry Potter. You're a hairy wizard.
That's right. He is a hairy wizard. Is on me. That's nasty.
For crying out loud. Someone,
Crying out loud,
TJ
Daniel.
in this Star Trek chat was like, how much of the zone do you need to do for event progress? I said, the whole thing. Someone says, you have to capture one location. Someone says, typically any small thing, O'Neill is full of it. For crying out loud.
This event has been out for almost 3 fucking weeks. It has 1 day left of the event. You're telling me you still haven't figured out how to fucking do the damn thing?
Exactly. Because, yeah, I was wondering, because I beamed in just in time for the Rex.
Oh my god, the Rex doesn't count. Make sure they know that. I would have posted some convoluted, long quest they needed to do.
Yeah, they won't let me do that in there, though. They keep telling me I'm full of it. I put in there, TJ, how have you been progressing during the event? Breach or storming mostly? Yikes. That's the hard way, in my opinion, says someone. I missed a bit, so I would need to do a buyout. Oh, they'd have to actually buy out the whole thing because they've missed a whole hell of a lot.
I was
14
gonna
days
say,
too much
man,
for
what
you.
the? What are they doing? Those annoying TIFOs when you could just jump into Dyson for like 30 seconds and call it a day?
14 days too much for you, is it? In the hospital? He was in the hospital. I guess that's a good excuse.
Is it though?
Is it
I'm
though?
sure.
I have it
I'm
planned
sure.
in my head to type an emote thing that says O'Neill rolls his eyes. That's what I have in my head to do. And work 40 hours a week. The TIFOs are a big time sink.
Now they're just making shit up. If people wasted their time doing the TIFOs to get credits for the event, I feel so sorry for them.
Yeah. Someone said in there, said, "Oh, that you're doing it the hard way then." They've been repetitive for 10 years. Don't really care about the exosuit rewards, so I'm debating just not finishing this one and focusing on others for the campaign. The exosuit is just a big hogwash. Not even the full-size one. It's got little chicken legs. Wobbles to the left.
Back to your stations. The bots have returned.
Big flush out of the front of it. And the right. Flushes sideways. Squats and looks like it's taking that. Thomas says, I want the Arco. Well, Percy says that Thomas is a big piece of shit. No. To be fair, someone just said, and I can't read it because I'm switching characters.
I'm a criminal. But a criminal.
Every time he writes a rhyme, these people think it's a crime that they tell him will only mine. He don't
I'm a
gotta sell the
criminal.
world. It's flipping the bird and keep moving. You take the shit from no one. He's a criminal.
I'm a criminal.
To be fair.
Wait, there's a Gotham Knights TV show?
Gotham Knights. Oh, I think I've heard about that, but I haven't heard like about how it's doing.
Gotham Knights is based on Gotham Knights characters from the DC comic created by blah 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 blah. In the wake of Bruce Wayne's murder, his rebellious son, adopted son, forges
Is it Damian
a
Wayne?
lion. I Don't know.
Either that or a version of Robin. Damien's like his blood relative son that he adopted, I think.
Damian Wayne was an illegitimate son. Someone created using Bruce Wayne's DNA, and then he eventually did adopt them, raised them to be, I want to say, one of the Robins, and then he eventually became the Red Hood or whatever.
Damien. Yeah, it was Ra's al Ghul or Ra's al Ghul or whatever.
Oh, this show sucks, man. It only has 2 stars.
Damn, what does it come on?
Huh?
What channel or station?
CW.
Okay, yeah. It's not gonna last long.
That's the other thing I wanted to talk about when it came to Quantum Leap. I'm tired of TV shows having this bullshit power of love crap in it. I want it gone.
The power of love.
I get that Ben and Addison are in love and blah blah blah, but please, I don't want another Flash. Flash was ruined by this bullshit power of love crap.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Like,
it's a science fiction show.
When Ben
Keep it.
when Ben and Addison kissed on there, I wanted to play the Back to the Future, like, you know, like, whenever what's his name in Lorraine kiss. Yeah, it's gotten a bit kind of stupid, and they're continuing that in the Flash to this day. Think positive, Barry. Think about loving everyone. Then you can save the day. But my God, if you ever watch the last season's Flash ending with like the Reverse Flash, you probably just bust a gut laughing your ass off at how goofy that shit is.
I'm never touching that show ever again. I
Barry's
washed my hands of it.
Barry's sitting with his legs crossed. He's like, "I'm not gonna fight you," smiling. And then Harrison
Wells.
Yeah. Wells Reverse Flash version or whatever has like these like tentacles coming out of his back that are like purple energy, and he says, "I'm going to kill you, Flash," and they're just like going through him because Barry doesn't believe they're actually real or some shit. So he's like just sitting there and he goes, "No, I'm not going to fight you," you know. And then boom, you know, it was so stupid. That whole Forces thing was stupid. Yeah. Damn it. But I'm watching it till the end. I'm just going to do that because that way I can have watched it and be over with. I mean, even the last episode was kind of stupid. I mean, he was not even there as the Flash. Grant Gustin was guest starring on an episode of Dreamer. Some shit. The character has nothing to do with the Flash. It said it's a character from Supergirl. It was all about Dreamer had a dream because they can control dreams and use dream energy in the physical world and all that shit like Freddy Krueger. So I don't know. But she had, or he had, I don't know, fuck. Dreamer, I'm just going to use the word Dreamer, had a dream that Iris was killed. And so she decided to go to Central City to check on Iris and to have Iris help her with her dream powers. Even though Iris has no clue what the fuck to do to help people that have meta-human abilities. She's just there in the background most of the time. And Barry eventually like shows up in one of these little dreamscapes that they're both in because they both get trapped inside of each other's dreams by this other dream person that doesn't exist but is only in the dream world but manifests themselves psychically or some shit. I don't know. And Barry's like in one of Iris's dream sequences, he's just running. He's behind the counter at Jitters, making drinks or something like that. Then the next thing you see him in, Iris and Dreamer in the real world are unconscious and they're like laying in beds. You know, that and the team is monitoring their vitals, saying, "Oh, their temperature's getting really high. If they go any further, their organs will start failing." You know, kind of shit. And Barry's sitting there with his eyes like going, "We have to do something. I'm gonna go see if I can get some help from so and so or whatever." So he just leaves. He doesn't speed leave. He just leaves. And I'm thinking, okay, they're holding back the speed in this one. And then he comes back at the end of the episode whenever Iris is awake. So that's about it for the Flash on that episode. Like, what the fuck? It's called the Flash. Not Team Flash. Flash and Friends, you know. So no one told me life was gonna be this gay. And you have, like, what was that character, Allegra, on there that has light powers? What about dude, like, that took Cisco's position? He, like, was a metahuman that created like a wormhole or something at one time and was stuck there, and now he's just like what Cisco used to be, which was the tech guy or some shit.
What about wormholes? I don't know anything. If there's some new guy that does wormholes,
Well,
I don't know who
it's
he
that
is.
Chester guy, the guy that took Cisco's place.
I don't know who that is.
Oh well,
He might have been a character that started popping up when I stopped watching, but
yeah. Well,
is he like that nerdy black dude?
Yeah, that's him.
Okay, I don't know much about him other than him being a nerdy black dude, and he was doing like, I think there was an episode maybe with the elongated man before he got fired that introduced the character, I think, but other than that, that's all I really know.
Yeah, well, how Chester...
I'm still pissed off about how he could make some gay joke, some gay tweets, you know, years ago, but Candace, whatever the fuck her name is, can make some racial comments on Twitter and get no consequences from that shit.
Right. Well, they did consequence her a little bit. They gave her time sickness, and she was barely in one of those seasons, you see. Yeah.
And then she became the lead of the show for like 2 seasons before Cecile became the new lead.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. That's so true. I mean, Cecile is still she's got telekinetic powers now, Cecile. Instead of just being able to like sense emotion in people's, now she can move things with her mind and shit. So she's evolved. And they
must be nice.
Joe and their daughter are like have moved away from Central City, and so she's still a metahuman lawyer or something in Central City, and I don't know, she's just still living in the house by herself when she's still married to Joe, and her daughter, I don't get it, but somebody does. Yeah, somebody out there.
I don't even know why they had him move. Like.
Yeah.
Like, I get the point that he doesn't want to be on the show anymore or whatever, but like at that point, just make it so he's busy, or you know, if you're not gonna have him on screen, just throw some off the cuff like, oh, he's at home cooking dinner. I don't know.
Yeah, he went on a trip. He went on a business trip. He went to go get milk and hadn't come back yet.
It's like one of the biggest complaints I've heard is they had their baby, and then for like after 2 episodes, the baby's just gone.
Yeah, well,
it's just like who's taking care of this fucking kid? Like
the baby is now like 5 years old, and it's like they did a soap opera change, you know. And she's like talking and bullshit, and so yeah, it's kind of stupid, I gotta say.
That was just amazing, I guess.
Yeah, it was like, you know, she had a baby, and then you just don't hear nothing about it. They don't even mention the damn kid, you know. Must have put her up for adoption or something. I don't. And if
it's like, I hate when they introduce someone and then make them a prominent character and just get rid of them. It's like, oh, you got Team Flash, and now you got like the Kid Flash and whatever, and it's just
Nora
like, oh,
Allen
he's gone. And then you have like Nora show up, and then she's gone, and then she comes back, but it's not the same Nora. And oh, look, she has a brother now.
Yeah. So
And
inconsistent.
now they're gone.
The timeline changes, man. The timeline changes.
And then it's like, oh, we got Harrison Wells, but oh, he has a gimmick. Every season he plays a new character.
Yeah, he got tired of that. So now he's original OG Wells, but he has some time powers where he can jump around through any particular time he wants, and he chooses to live in a time when he and his wife were alive on a beach or something. So he's there all the time. And Barry one time traveled there to get advice from OG Wells, since OG Wells has all the memories of all the Wells inside of him, because there's only one Wells now. Yes, he's Gandalf the Grey or some shit like that.
Okay, were we talking OG Wells, like the original Wells before
Yes.
Evil Flash took over his form?
Yes.
See, how did that... Okay.
Yeah. How'd that
Okay,
happen?
that's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He just came back. Wait, so what they did, okay, they went to his original like death area where OG
Right.
Wells died. And they found, I guess they found his body or something, but this green particle energy shit or whatever manifested itself into OG Wells.
Right.
And then all the Welleses were in danger of not existing or some shit like that, so they all banded together into the one consciousness of Wells and chose that he was going to be the one that held them all.
See, the
or
last
some shit.
thing I remember was there was a Wells. He was like I think like Sherlock Wells or some shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And somehow he accidentally jump-started like the Crisis on Infinite Earths, and his like punishment was supposed to be like the Watcher of the events or some shit like that, and then the universes all like supposedly fuse into one, and he was like the only Wells left, but then he started going crazy, and like Reverse Flash Wells was like taunting him or something, and that's all I remember.
And it's yeah, because he had the Wells DNA or some shit like that in Reverse Flash's costume gimmick thing or whatever, and they dispersed and then merged and formed.
I
new
just don't
Wells.
get how.
That's
I just
what
don't
happened.
get how
Yeah.
evil Reverse Flash Wells is able to taunt him, since technically he's not a Wells. Like,
Exactly.
he's not. He's just some guy who used a machine to make himself look like
Yeah.
Harrison Wells. So
That's what it was. I think right after Crisis and right after that happened to that Sherlock Wells or whatever, a Wells had to exist. So the universe or whatever manifested the very first Wells into existence from his dead body. Because
I guess
he has to exist.
It sounds far-fetched. It sounds like this Eric Wallace dude was shoveling shit out his ass or something.
Yeah. Yeah. And they, and what's his face that plays Wells? He was like, I'm done with this shit, So that was his way out, is a Wells to exist in case the show needed him. And yeah, he was done.
I guess.
Tom Cavanaugh.
I guess.
Yeah. And then like after that, Tom Cavanaugh guest starred as since Reverse Flash was officially dead in everything, like even Legends of Tomorrow and all that kind of shit. Well, let's see, what was it? The white putty? I mean, not putty. Damn it. The white Flash person wears the white suit. What is his name? Godspeed.
Yeah, Godspeed.
Yeah, he was like threatening to be the fastest for some damn reason, and in order to beat him, they had to bring Harrison Wells back, but reverse Wells or something. So they brought him back from time nothingness or some shit like that. They resurrected him with the power of those four. What the hell you call them? The speed force is one of them. The time force and the strength force and this. The four forces that Barry and Iris create in that episode or some shit. They use their abilities to resurrect and bring back a Wales or some shit like, or well, damn Reverse Flash Wales. It's hard to keep track of this shit. And both he and Barry
sounds like it.
Let's see, both he and Barry defeat, but Wales, well, Reverse Flash Wales kills Godspeed, and they had like a temporary alliance, and he just runs off because Barry lets him run away. And then that's whenever these other forces. Have you seen this stuff with the forces before?
No, the very last thing I saw was Barry lost his powers, and Cisco wasn't off the show yet. He was trying to create a new Speed Force, an artificial Speed Force.
Ah, you were right there at the beginning of those force things then. Okay. Yeah.
And what's her name was trapped in some mirror world.
Iris.
And evil her was doing evil Iris stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you were right there at it. So yeah, when Iris officially returns from being in the Mirrorverse, that's whenever Barry and everyone tries to make an artificial Speed Force, and Barry turns into Spock or some shit like that. The logical Barry, where he doesn't have feelings or emotions or some shit like that. So that wasn't working. So they like broke that artificial Speed Force machine. And then it was like, well, we need to make an organic one or something like that. And that's whenever the Harrison Wells thing really took off, to where no Wells existed and the other Wells came back. That's right. Okay. They have a machine in there or whatever, and they use the spark of the Speed Force that's still inside of Iris for some reason to jumpstart this new Speed Force thing that's organic, and it creates four new forces, or well, four total forces from this spark. One being the same Speed Force that Barry uses to run fast. The Strength Force, which is like a Hulk character. The Scary Force or some shit like that. The guy wears a mask and can make you see hallucinations and shit like that. It's purple. He's the guy that actually has these purple electrical tentacles or some shit. Then you have the Time Force, which is this person that can go anywhere in time and stuff. So yeah, and then Iris gets the time sickness, so she's off the show because that's when the tweets happened. And they get put into Barry's childhood home that's inside the Speed Force's domain. So the forces live there all together in a house. I don't remember, but yeah. And every once in a while, Barry can call for one to come out and help him do shit or some shit like that. Then they introduced the negative of those Speed Forces, or of those forces. So it's the negative Time Force, the negative Strength Force, or some shit like that. And they bring back another version of Harrison Wells' Reverse Flash, since he was destroyed again. But this time, for some reason, OG Reverse Flash, Eddie Thawne's looking version or whatever, like a normal one, is in current time where Barry and them are, and he's developing artificial Speed Force with this lady who accidentally uses it herself, and now she can't stop using it, and it's like killing her or something. And Reverse Flash, who's normal and doesn't have Flash powers, and he's not Harrison, falls in love with her, and he gets turned into the evil Reverse Flash again, or by Harrison Flash, Reverse Flash, taking over his body and coming out of his skin or whatever, as that version of Reverse Flash. Ow. And I know I'm leaving out a bunch, but that shit it mixed together something fierce. It was so strange. And then you had, like, what was it? Caitlin and Frost used to be in one body together, and then all of a sudden in one season they're two separate entities now, and you're like, okay. And then Frost dies, and then Caitlin wants Frost back, so she thinks that she can get Frost back out of her body, even though Frost already's out of her body. So she tries to make this experiment to bring her back out, but Barry finds out, and so he destroys her shit, and she gets pissed, and so she tries again, and this time she goes in the machine, and Keone comes out, which is the same actress, but a different personality and a different set of bullshit, and she loves flowers and trees and people and life, and she's positive about every damn little thing, and she apparently has freeze powers or cold I don't know. That's the current thing that's going on. I can't keep track of that shit. I mean, hell, even that Charlie guy doesn't even do videos on the Flash anymore. Emergency Awesome. He used to do like one every damn week on the Flash.
Good.
He just stopped. Like, there's enough of this shit. But what really got me was like when they had the Power Rangers mix-up type looking shit, and I had to make that video and put it on YouTube because everybody thought the same damn thing when it happened. All these white Godspeeds that died and then were all of a sudden back again, out there, and then Barry and the team of just nothing but speedsters go up against them. It's fucking hilarious, like that shit. Remind me of Power Rangers. Damn, it's confusing as hell. And that's writing. I mean, I totally agree with like the person I was watching videos about, like, you know, how they thought how the Flash just went downhill and turned into shit. And I totally like agree with every damn thing that dude was saying. Like, first season, great. You know, second season, a repeat of the first season pretty much, with the speeds for trying to be faster and all this kind of bullshit. And then the Savitar season, which was a speedster trying to be the fastest speedster and ruin Barry's life, which was Barry himself, you know, from an alternate fractured time or some shit. And then you have like the Mind Master dude or whatever in the chair season, that guy.
Yeah,
yeah,
Master Brain.
Yeah. And then I can't remember. And then that one of those blood worky ones or some shit like that happened, where this guy from the show Heroes was on it, and he had the power of black blood that could do shit to people and change history. I don't fucking know what the hell that was about.
Mm-hmm. He made the Flash evil. Everyone was him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then of course the mirror shit. Grodd was back again in the Flash here lately. Apparently, whenever Crisis got reset, all of Grodd's intelligent apes are now dumb apes, and he's the only intelligent one, so he was pissed at Barry again for changing time. However, he knew it changed. I don't know how he would have been aware that the universe reset. I mean, but, you know, only a select few were supposed to know, and the Martian Manhunter was supposed to be the one to let them know, you know, because he could do some sort of weird mind magic on them. According to the show. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And unless, okay, then there was like, what was it? When Arrow was going completely off, they were going to make, like, Arrow's daughter the new Arrow, and just be a future show or some shit like that. And they had
Yep, that got canceled.
Yeah, they had Cisco tech that could allow them to remember the alternate timeline, and some guy was able to remember the original timeline, and that ended quickly. I mean, I don't know. All we know is it's ending. Hurrah! Now, you know, if they'd have made like a Flash movie, and they had Grant Gustin play the Flash, that would be okay. You know, have him appear in the Ezra Miller one with that little sequence they had where Ezra was on the Flash. You know? Totally reverse that angle. See it from Ezra's point of view, kind of shit. But they probably won't do that. Because it was always rumored that Grant Gustin was going to be in the Flash movie as an alternate Flash. But then you got to think, like, who is the Prime Flash? You know, is CW Flash Prime Flash, or is the now extinct, you know, one from you know, Ezra Miller's Flash? Is he Prime Flash? Or Flash Prime that, I don't know what the fuck. It's confusing as hell. But James Gunn's gonna have his own version, so that's gonna be Prime Flash. What the fuck?
Yep.
Does that mean Christopher Reeve was never Superman? If James Gunn's gonna have his own version, it's gonna be official?
Probably.
Yeah. Michael Keaton was never Batman. Oh, I'd come across a video of like all 16 Batman, all 20 Superman or something like that. And they were talking about Michael Keaton's Batman, that he was set to appear as his version of Batman several years ago when they were going to have the or was it Batwoman show? No.
The Batgirl movie.
Batgirl movie, yeah. He was going to be in it, that's right. As his version of Batman. But since it was kind of canceled and died. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser was the bad guy in that movie.
Ah. Was it like a fire dude or some shit?
Firefly or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. They're always shitting on Brendan Fraser. Fraser, damn it, Fraser. Don't come after me. Don't you come after me, Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser. Could you see that in like a Family Guy episode? Every time someone says his name wrong, Brendan Fraser shows up as like a different version of one of his characters from one of his movies and takes him out. Complete Borg TFOs not red alert 2. Destroy Undine ships 30. Okay. Undine. Well, I'm already here, so. So, where am I at? Okay, I'm over here. I'll make a sharp turn here and go straight ahead until morning. This is your captain speaking. Put all your luggage on the bottom of the shelf and go into riot mode in 5 seconds. Thanks. What the fuck? Okay. I'm simply stuck, Captain. Ooh. Okay, that's interesting. I'm on the other side of the rainbow, apparently. Let me see if there's any kind of barrier I can pass. You shall not pass. Should be right here. Boom. Yep. Well, shit. How the hell did I get on the other side of the damn barrier? I did it again. I broke it. I broke the game again.
Uh-huh.
Oh well. Let's see how far out I can go then. I mean, if this is anything like the space one that happened to me, I was able to fly anywhere in space, outside the map boundaries and everything. They're gonna probably find me and ban me for that too. We're gonna ban you because you found an exploit in our game and didn't benefit off of it. Okay. Ah, okay. So there is a wall here too. Okay, gotcha. I know how to fix it. Beam to joint command, beam off of joint command, or either come out and go back in. Ha ha ha. Yes, yes, yeah.
This movie's gonna be so stupid.
Why?
Barbie.
Oh, the Barbie movie? Margot Robbie and... Who else was playing in that?
Ryan Gosling and
I guess he's gonna be Ken.
a bunch of other. There's actually like, from the looks of the trailer, every boy is Ken and every girl's Barbie.
Crazy. She's a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. She's made of plastic. It's fantastic. Come on, Barbie, let's go party. Wonder if they're gonna have that song in that movie, Barbie Girl.
Probably.
Beam to Joint Command. Guess they'll have a Margot Robbie version of Barbie. Bunch of guys will buy it. Jerk off to it. You ever wonder why Barbie's hair was always matted up? Now you know.
Ugh, these fucking sausage links up. They've absorbed the smell of the freezer.
Oh crap.
Yeah, so I'm gonna feed this shit to the random animals.
The randomals? The people that live
Yep,
there
the
with
randomals. No, the animals outside that live in the outside world.
The outside animals. The jackalopes. The chupacabra. Deer. Antelope. Bear.
Kind of hot out here.
Yeah. It's been muggy and hot all day. Like, humid hot and bullshit. So of course we had the door wide open at work too. Wide open spaces. Yay, another instance. Another one bites the dust.
Another one takes a shit.
We were putting out that cold truck today, and this lady comes over there. She's like, "Do y'all have any cheese hot dogs?"
Nope, you don't.
It's like, no. So we were like, well, we have regular hot dogs. She's, well, where are they? And we've got like one of those rolltainer carts like right next to the freezer or the cooler doors. Said, well, they're right here right now. We can get some off of there for you. And she goes, oh, and I said, yeah, this is our cold truck that came in, and it's got nothing but cold stuff all over it, you know. So it just came in, so they'd be fresh, you know. And she's like, oh, cool, that's good. Yeah, I want one of those. So the associate working with me, she gets it. You know, she gets one of the hot dogs out. She hands it to her. The lady's all excited. She's good. The lady wanders off somewhere into the store, and then she comes back like about 2 minutes later. She goes, where are your crackers at? And I was like, well, our crackers are in the cracker aisle over there. She goes, well, I saw that you had premium, but you don't have your Dollar General crackers. Are they going to be on that cart too? I said, no, that's just cold stuff. She goes, oh, well, when do you expect a truck in? You know, I'm like, ah, shit.
Why the hell does she want Dollar General crackers for when y'all have premium? What
It
the
doesn't
hell,
make
man?
any sense. Everyone usually wants the good kind. The name brand. She had to have them kind. So I was like, well, that's all we have, you know. You don't have any in the back? No, we don't have any in the back. So. I've got some in my ass. Hold on just a second. A lot of that shit. Guy came in and he wanted to exchange a propane. I said, we're still out of propane for like, what is it, 1.5 to 2 months now. He goes, you gotta be kidding me. Where am I going to get propane now? I guess I'll have to go so-and-so. Like, sorry. I'll tell you. And he came back and he said, my dog done jumped out of the passenger seat of my car and now he's all over y'all's parking lot. I gotta get him out of there. Where's your beef jerky at? I'm thinking, oh shit. Jack me off in the crusher, jack him off us pressure, buy him some jack off and crusher her. I wonder if Jack's gonna be a playable character or not. Well, a holodeck bridge officer on here now. Space, the final frontier.
Okay, I'm done with that.
You done with that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that got annoying after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Picard and his long uninterrupted sentence.
Incredibly unbroken sentence moving from topic to topic. No one had a chance to interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. Captain Jean-Luc Picard of USS Enterprise. Captain Jean-Luc Picard. Make it so. What's that one dude? I mentioned it not too long ago. Dude that he does the Picard and Data like singing together kind of thing. It was funny. De la Alena Jaliska Deda. I gotta look it up.
Wow, 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 wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Pogo. Star Trek. That's what it is. This one's pretty peppy. I like it a lot. Hello there. Hello there.
Scorpwana says, https://www.youtube.com/watch v = BL5TUW 7 subs.
You know, back when I was in the academy, we would follow every toast with a song.
I got good news. Last the mule wash is going to come back in style.
Damn it. Hello, Sam. How you doing?
Oh, Sam, how you doing?
Allegedly!
Hello.
Hello, Judas Descartes. How are you doing, Mr. Judas? Hi there, and welcome to the end of the program. How you doing?
The end of the program.
It's toward the end. Every time I'm on my main character, that means it's like, almost time to Gary it up here. Yeah?
Gary it up there.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean.
Judas D. Cott says, doing good. Yourself?
I'm a daring.
Samu Wraith says, I'm okay, how are y'all?
A little bit of a blah feeling to me, but I'm good. A little bit of achy. somewhat of a fevery, but I'm able. Wingy. I feel like my ship's gotten slower.
You forgot Stefan in the chamber!
Hey! There's gonna be a meeting between your ass and the palm of my hand! If you don't get off the shed! Now get off the shed!
You can hear his voice is all cracked up in there when he's doing that. Will Ferrell did a lot of
Way to
yelling.
go, a-hole!
You know? He did a lot of yelling during his SNL career, so his voice probably got, like, shot to hell. Space.
We interrupt this program to bring this important message.
Live from your pants. It's oh my god. No way. Yes way, Ted.
How about you, you crazy Dutch bastard?
How about no? Get in my
Samurai
belly.
says, I'm surviving myself sleeping way the hell too much.
Sleeping too much? Nah. There's no such thing. I mean, yes, there are those sicknesses where people do have that they sleep for days at a time or whatever and wake up and pee and then go back to sleep for a year or something, but, you know.
Samurai says, live from your pants, it's the core of things.
Bitch, let me just fucking hit you!
Let's go! God damn!
Indeed. Need a little excitement, snap into a Slim Jim. Ah, that one got me. Yeah, fine.
Indeed.
Indeed, mister. Sam, now you can sound like William Shatner with voice.ai.
Judas D. Cott says, it's Manta's birthday today.
Oh, tell her happy birthday from me, this failed channel of crazy people. Tell her to have a slice of pizza on her dime on the house.
Judas D. Cott says, I will when she gets home, lol.
You planning on doing something like a cake or like blow out some candles? Got her a gift?
Judas D. Cott says, LMAO, slice of pizza.
That's right. Say, we're gonna take you out someplace nice.
Samurai says,
Take her to her
happy
job.
birthday, Mantis.
Let's go out and get some pizza for your birthday.
Judas D. Cott says, nah, she's probably fucked up by now.
Oh, okay. Well, hopefully she's safe then.
No, she's fucked up.
Well, she's not
You
home
just
yet.
said.
Yeah,
She's fucked up by now, so
Yeah.
she's fucked up, not safe. She's fucked up.
she's fucked up.
She done fucked up.
Judas D. Cott says, she's always safe.
That's good. Bum, 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 bum. So you had to like work today and
Samu Wraith says,
so you're-
girls' night out? At Judas D. Cott.
That's what I was gonna ask too. Yeah, she had like a night out with her friends or something like that.
Judas D. Cott says, she went out with her co-workers.
Ah, they went and ate pizza together. They went to Domino's. Be like Judas saying, "Well, I think
Judas
change
D.
of pace
Cott
would be
says,
good. Let's go
I
into the
had,
seafood restaurant."
Well, an unfortunate event happened the other day. Still recovering from it.
Oh, what happened, dude? If you don't mind me asking. If you do mind me asking, you don't have to say. As long as it doesn't involve severed fingers where you can't game, you're good, I think.
Samu Wraith says, hey, them tater tots from Domino's aren't bad if you haven't tried it.
Tater tots from Domino's.
Judas D. Cott says, one of my childhood friends I've known since 3rd grade passed away.
Oh shit, man. That sucks. I'm sorry for your loss, dude. That sucks ass.
Judas D. Cott says, it was out of nowhere, but I'm doing a lot better now.
The situation is grim. All attempts to hail the starbase have failed. We must assume the enemy has...
Yep. Longer with Big Red? Oh. Big Red fresh meat. Fresh breath goes on while you smell it.
Scanning the nanite transformer. Done. Additional data...
Where's my car?
Judas D. Cott says,
There it is.
dedicated a stream to her. Nice little turnout, but it was rough.
Oh, that's nice of you, dude.
This is how it happens. We will escort us to your home, where we will begin assimilating our culture and technology.
Interested in a better hand soap? Not me. I can cope. I don't need no lava soap, no. Regular soap won't always work, but lava with pumice will. Interested? No. Lava. Then don't
Judas
try
D.
to cope
Cott
without
says,
it, soap.
anyways, not trying to bring anyone down.
Nah, dude, you're not bringing anyone down. It's just always rough whenever people we knew or have known just suddenly go. I mean, it's hard for anybody, really. Especially if they were like a childhood friend, that you've always kept in contact with or whatever, or had good memories with. Life sucks. It's like these
Sam Wraith
balls here.
says, yeah, my dad had a heart attack 2 weeks ago. He's better, but he looks a bit ragged.
Oh, Sam, what kind? Like, how much tissue death was there?
probe is repairing a transformer. Destroy it.
Of course, anybody can have a heart attack at any age, you know, especially nowadays with COVID and everything. All you have to do is just get a case of myocarditis, and it's a 50-50 every day if you're going to have a heart attack or not. That's the inflammation of the sac surrounding
Judas
the heart.
Decott says, I'm sorry to hear that at Samu Wraith.
If the sac that contains the fluid that surrounds your heart is inflamed, and swelling and everything like that, it can impede the pumping action of your heart, which can lead to it going into like a type of failure and cause a heart attack.
Samu Wraith says, he had to have a stent put in, he's 68.
Stents, so clogged arteries. Damn. Do you know like which artery? Probably the main.
Repairing a transformer. Destroy it quickly.
Yeah, heart attacks are hard for people to get over. I mean, you'll see changes in a person, like if they were once like real happy about stuff, they could appear like completely like defeated, you know, and that the strength that they once had will be gone. You know, they'll kind of look. What is the word I'm looking for? They'll look distant, like their life is. They'll figure out like, you know, wow, you know. So they'll kind of go into like this depression mode or whatever. It's not unheard of with people who've had heart attacks or strokes. Also, physicality will change.
Samu Wraith says, I'm not sure which one.
Like if he was once motivated to do the, you know, activities, he may keep themselves away from said activities because they're afraid maybe they'll have another heart attack or something like that. Some heat will be a factor too. Like a lot of people who have had heart attacks, they can't tolerate the heat as much anymore.
It's a wake-up call, but a hard one.
Yeah.
Samu Wraith says, he does look that distant weak.
Yeah, like you may find that every once in a while you just kind of see it in his eyes, like the far awayness, even though they're right there. It's kind of like he'll just may glance over and just kind of like be in his head, you know, like thinking, you know, oh wow, you know, yeah. Like Judas is right. It's a hard wake up call. But you never know, you know, about things like that. I mean, a coworker of mine, her dad had a heart attack, and he had no clogged arteries, nothing going on. It hit him. He was super stressed about stuff, and the stress gave him a heart attack. That's all it takes is like just any like a misbeat. Stress can impact like the the electrical system of the heart too, and that can cause a misbeat and shit to make it so a heart attack is more able to happen. The sinus nodes inside the arterial area there can get compromised by things, and that's why whenever they put like a stent in, not a stent, but a pacemaker, the pacemaker takes over the electrical ability of the heart, and you have to rely on that to make sure the battery's always running, you know? Sometimes they can completely kill off the sinus nodes. I always remember
Samu
like...
Wraith says, it is for sure at Judas Decott he'd smoked for years, wouldn't give it up, now he's been forced to quit.
Yeah, that could be a factor. Smoking increases the clotting factor and thickening of the blood. Also leads to more, what is it? It allows the arteries to collect.
Judas Decott says, ooh, that's gonna be tough to quit.
Yeah, especially if he has to like go cold turkey-ish kind of, but off a little bit from that.
You will become one
Damn.
with the Borg.
Of course, I have known people that have had similar things happen like that, and they just stopped. Could. Like if they did it because of like the way they ate or something like that, they'd go on a diet immediately and wouldn't even think about like food because it would scare so much. I'm always thinking about that shit. Can't get it out of my head. Sam, in your family's history, have other members of your family had heart attacks at that age or younger or anything? Or?
Judas D. Cott says, I quit cold turkey a long while ago. Then I started at Red Lobster.
And you started at Red Lobster, and then what happened? What did you pick up after Red Lobster?
Samu Wraith says, yeah, cold turkey, he had no choice.
Yeah, nicotine being a stimulant is not
Judas
real
D.
good
Cott
either.
says, back to smoking.
Back to smoking. That kind of happens with people. Like, you can quit some sort of a habit or whatever, and as soon as you go into a stressful work environment, you pick it right back up again. Yep.
That's right. That's exactly how that happens. True.
It's true.
I was there.
You saw it. You saw it all.
Judas D. Cott says,
I saw it with
didn't
my
help
own
that
naked
everyone
eye.
there smoked.
Right. So it got you back into the habit. Yeah, I understand that.
I don't.
Judas D. Cott says, at that time. Samu
I just
Wraith
got
says,
ran over.
yeah,
Oh
my
my
grandpa
god.
had been a smoker, but it was dope, not cigarettes.
Ah. Yeah, nicotine being a stimulant, like I say, it's like caffeine, you know. It's a stimulant. Caffeine's a drug. You intake a lot of that shit. You overwork your internals and shit like that. But nicotine does have that thickening
Judas
blood
D.
factor.
Cott says, oh, weed is fine. Judas D. Cott says, LOL.
Yeah. Living these days is hard to like just be able to be healthy or whatever, or not have some sort of a habit, you know, of any kind.
It'll be Borg.
So damn stressful. Just
Samu
life.
Wraith says, at Judas D. Cott, well, he smoked it a lot, dude, to the point he got on oxygen.
Well, yeah, there is that. I mean, if you do something too much, yeah.
Oh, I'm still in my first police
'Cause
car. Here we go.
What do they say usually about that? It's like it's called a J. Is like an equivalent to so many cigarettes, and as far as the tar factor is involved.
Judas D. Cott says, oh damn, that basement weed.
Basement. Yeah. Yeah, overdoing a lot of stuff, you know, like that could lead to a bunch of shit happening to you. It's like people that dip, you know, they'll get like mouth cancer, but not every one of them will. It just depends. I mean, if someone's like doubling down on something all the damn time, it's like this guy that would come in and he would buy like those 5-hour energy shots, but he'd buy 6 of them at a time. Well, he didn't think that was going to cause problems until it did, you know. But yeah, he would drink them right
Samu
after
Wraith
another
says,
too.
eating healthy is crazy expensive.
Yes, it is.
Samu Wraith says, eventually my grandpa had a heart attack in the middle of his kitchen.
At what? What age was he? And is he?
Judas D. Cott says, sorry at Samu Wraith, I tend to go to humor in situations like that. No disrespect.
Nah. Light humor's good whenever.
Samu Wraith
whenever
says,
talk about
at
things.
Judas D. Cott it's okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Disrespect?
Dr. Disrespect.
Uh-huh. He said no disrespect.
Judas D. Cott says.
And I
at
responded with
Samurai
Dr.
Judas
Disrespect.
2 Judas 2 spicy.
Dr. Disrespect.
Judas D. Cott
Yep.
says. Nabram Sissy.
Dr. Disrespect.
You know, and what's crazy is you can be having like a normal day and nothing stressful, nothing here or there, and you can go into cardiac arrest where your heart just
Sam Wraith
stops.
says. Grandpa has been gone since I was 14.
Ah, okay. The human body is just a ticking time bomb no matter what. Hell, living is a side effect of these days. Ah, I can't do it with more than that. Oh, shit. I've got too much fucking crap in my... No wonder I got some of these stuck in here. What the hell? Damn it, I did not mean to do that. Okay, well, what do I need then? So discovery...
I need to go up.
Temporal... Sue Undine. Dude, I'm getting low on everything now.
Judas D. Cott says. Humans are fragile creatures.
Oh, you're low on
and
everything
weird.
now, huh?
And weird. Fragile creatures and weird. Gotta add that and weird in there. That's right. We're
right.
weird people.
Just like Dr. Disrespect.
Dr. Disrespect.
That's
Universe
right.
beware. If humans
Sam
go
Wraith
out there,
says,
we're gonna
they
kill
break
everything.
so easily at Judas D. Cott.
Yeah. It's because we don't like respect things, you know. We don't respect the universe. The universe fights back, like with all this wild weather.
Alright, that job's too hard for me.
Why is job hard?
Next. Because everyone's killing me in like one hit.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a bad thing. Yeah, I downloaded that voice.ai thing just to play with it.
Tickle my pickle!
but you have to like pay $5 to get like 5,000
Look at that happy banana down there.
credits.
I hope he gets fucked up. I hope he gets peeled.
like unlock a voice or something. It gives you like a free one to or a choice to pick a new one or whatever when you first start. But I hadn't chose anything. I was just like looking through it because I watched this video of like someone using it to sound like Cartman from South Park.
Oh shit, I did it again.
You did it again.
Oh, I'm dead. The cops are murdering me. The cops are murdering me. Help. The cops are murdering me. Oh god.
Sam, how is your
Judas
health?
D. Cott says, check yourself or wreck yourself.
Check yourself or wreck yourself. Sam, like
Sam Wraith says, I'd love a Judas Shat voice.
a Judas Shat voice. Judas is Shatner. Maybe he'll do that on his stream for you. I've been playing freaking Minecraft like a crazy ass. I can't help.
I have had
I'm sorry.
enough of you!
I'm sorry you've been playing Minecraft like a crazy ass.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I've got.
Judas D.
That's
Cott
my
says,
addiction right there. is
best I
Minecraft.
got for now, lol.
Best you've got for now, yeah. It's a good one. That's true. It's a good one. Yeah. You can probably ask Corey. He's probably got like logs of me like being logged in for damn ever. I accidentally stayed logged in 30 minutes late last night.
Oh, is
I
that what you
lost-
call it?
Yeah.
Accidentally 30 minutes late?
Yeah. I meant to get off 30 minutes earlier, but I was in this mode of creating something. And I couldn't stop. So, yeah, and it was hard to break away from that shit. Especially when I'm running like a low-grade fever, I obsess more. You know, like, if you get a thought in your head and you have a fever, you're laying there, you're like seeing that shit in your head all the damn time. You get like a fever dream.
I don't know. Why are you having fevers for?
I have no idea. Well, the one I worked with the other night, she, the next day I was supposed to work with her, she called and said she was sick. So I was like, oh, okay, well, you know. And then now I'm like,
Samu Wraith says,
got a little bit of
well, my
elevated
health
temperature.
could be better, but I'm hunting a doctor and I am going to start taking care of myself.
Now, Sam, does high blood pressure run in your family? Does diabetes run in your family?
Remember when Christopher Lloyd was a Klingon? Oh my god!
Oh my god, dude. Judas, you could be a voice actor, I swear, man. That'd be awesome.
Samu Wraith says, at Jodas Decod I was thinking of playing that command.
See, he can get in your head, man.
Samuraith
Really?
says, rolling underscore on underscore the underscore
Why are
floor
people just getting
underscore
in
laughing.
other people's heads?
Yeah.
Judas D. Cott says, I was a voice actor.
You were a voice actor? Seriously?
What? I want to be a voice actor. How do I get that job?
Judas D. Cott says, no.
He says no.
What?
Yeah, all you have to do is just
Samuraith says,
voice something.
blood pressure yet.
Blood pressure problems. So elevated blood pressure, arteriosclerosis, hard buildup.
Judas
of,
D. Cott
fatty
says,
deposits.
get trolled lol.
Get trolled. That's a sound we need. Get trolled. Dude, I need to like be watching your stream and shit. But I never think about it. Whenever I get off of here, I go straight to Minecraft and I forget everything else.
Samuraith says, Judas a voice actor. LOL.
That's right. It's true.
I got my train
He forgets.
sign working too in Minecraft, where the display board works now. It's got me so excited. I made a see the
Judas D.
smeltery
Cott says, go watch Mandu lol.
Mandu. Mando, wait, the Mandalorian? I've been watching the Mandalorian.
Yeah, it sucks.
No, I like it. I mean, even though he's barely like in it sometimes.
Samuraith says, I'd love Judas as Pinky or something.
Judas as Pinky, like from Pinky and the Brain.
Seasons 1 and 2 of The Mandalorian were good, and season 3 sucks, or so I've heard.
Well, you have to watch season 2.5 episode in Boba Fett. Where Boba Fett
Yeah.
is not in his own show.
That's right. You got to.
Yeah. Because that's like it's, yeah,
Judas
that's why I
D.
call
Cott
it
says,
season.
Core hates everything lol. Love it.
That's right.
Ooh, excuse me.
It's like good cop, bad cop, you know. Love cop, hate cop.
That's right.
I don't know. I like Grogu on there. Mando is pretty awesome, you know.
Samuraith says, Core doesn't like much I don't think.
But even though he has a point with a lot of things, though, with the Mandalorian, there has been a viewer drop off on it, and there has been people like saying this is already getting repetitive or some shit like that. Even Jon Favreau or whatever, he wasn't going to do another one.
Come on, Bones, what's the mystery?
But
His brain is gone.
he went ahead because they were going to do it without him, and he wanted to make sure that it was done at least somewhat good or some shit.
Judas D. Cott says, I will agree that they took an odd turn with it.
Yeah, it could be that. Like they went away from the Mandalorian, him or whatever, but they went toward the Mandalorians. You know. I like it. I like the Bo-Katan stuff. You know, it's almost like she's, and I'm guessing everyone's already watched up to that point now or whatever. But for her to have like a live action series would make sense to me right now, if that makes sense to you.
Samuraith
Gary, we
says,
did it.
I liked early Boba Fett, but when Mandu came in I started getting disinterested
We
attack.
did it, Gary.
With Boba,
I can't
that's the
believe
thing,
it.
like,
We did it.
With Boba Fett, he kept introducing himself to everybody. Like they, you know, I am Boba Fett. You're like, okay, man, whatever. Shit. Anyway, what were we talking about? You kind of thing like that. I am Boba Fett. Okay, man, shit. But I'm Boba Fett. Yeah, we get it. We get it. That's my armor. I am genetically coded. Okay, dude, shit. I'm Boba Fett. Yeah, we got it. We got it. And I don't know. It's Boba Fett. Yes, he's a good character and stuff, but I like the Mandalorian character better than Boba Fett for some damn reason. I mean, it could be the fact that like they've always done Boba Fett wrong, in my opinion, because the original actor that played him in the movies, voiced him in the movies, was overwritten. You know, like voice-wise. Sure, they still keep the same, you know, guy there, but I mean, after it's been so long that...
Judas D. Cott says, oof, speaking of Star Wars. I got a pre-order Jedi Survivor.
Jedi Survivor.
Samurai
Judas,
says,
have you seen the
I
working
like that Wookiee
lightsaber?
sucked he didn't have a bigger role.
Yeah, that Wookiee dude was awesome in Boba Fett. He was a tough son of a bitch, that's for sure. Yeah, have you seen the working lightsaber that retracts and extends?
Judas D. Cott says, yes I have.
Isn't that cool? Apparently it uses a tape
Samurai
measure
says,
rule or whatever
at
to do with
Judas
that.
D. Cott same been playing that past Jedi game. Judas D. Cott says, looks like it will just kill the user lol.
Yes. Well, you know, that's one of the things, like, if you can look up a diagram of how it works or some shit like that, and it works the same as a tape measure, you know, coming in, or when it extends, it uses motors to extend it, but then whenever it retracts down, it kind of does that whole thing. It's made out of kind of the same shit, you know, like wrapped up spool of plastic or whatever, but it's the same concept. Which I could totally see it in my head, like, how it works. But it's pretty interesting. I mean, you can't, like, hit anybody with it because it'll fall apart, but that's why when they show it in, like, a demo, the Rey character has it, and she extends it, and she lays it down and picks up
Judas
one
D.
that can
Cott
actually fight
says,
with.
at Samuraith, I hope you're enjoying it. I loved it.
Whenever they, like in Boba Fett, when they came out with those biker gang or whatever that was driving those weird bikes and stuff, it threw away Star Wars in that show for me. I mean, yeah, you know. That was a bit much. But Mando and Grogu came to save the day, though. That was pretty awesome.
Judas D. Cott says, OMG, the Vespas.
Yeah, the Vespas. I couldn't understand
Judas D. Cott says, and the spin move LMAO.
Yeah, I mean, you would think a show about Boba Fett would be mostly like Boba Fett, but he was like healing in a tank or some shit like that, and he would be like sitting in the shadow, or like he'd be there sometimes, and then everybody else is doing shit around him, you know, and and then he's just like sitting in his, because he apparently all he's ever wanted was to sit in the chair of what is it? Hutt. What's his name? Shit. Damn it.
Samuraith says, at Judas D. Cott sure am. Judas D. Cott
Jabba
says,
the Hutt.
to me, it seemed more geared towards kids.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But apparently, you know, Boba Fett's fine just sitting there in his dirt castle, in his throne from Boba Fett, so... I mean, not Boba Fett, but, damn it. I just mentioned his name. What the fuck? Jabba the Hutt.
Pizza the Hut?
Yeah, Pizza the Hut. He ate himself to death. But if he wasn't like, you know, healing in that tank to cure himself of skin lesions.
Zork Player 1 says, is that my buddy?
Zork Player 1? Gary the Klingon? I don't even know why I'm doing this. I've actually like captured what I need.
Judas D. Cott says, I was expecting a very dark and gritty story. Didn't get that LOL. But, I was, just okay.
It's like it was a secondary,
yes.
A secondary, like, origin story of new Boba Fett or something like that, you know? That, yes, he has the bloodline of a Mandalorian, you know, kind of thing. And even though he's a clone, you know, that's why the suit works with him or some shit like that. Genetically coded to work. But, yeah. And it's cool that they got the original actor dude to play, like,
Judas D. Cott
played him in
says,
those movies.
Comic Boba was way more badass.
Comic Boba was more badass. Yeah. They got a second one coming out too, right? Like another Book of Boba Fett thing. Boom, boom, boom. Damn it. Hello, Zork Player 1. If I haven't said that, I can't remember, because I can't remember past 2 seconds. Hello, Zork. No. Gary, run! Run, Gary, run.
Judas D. Cott says, maybe. It might get cancelled.
I like it when Gary runs.
It might get canceled.
What's
Are
gonna
you
get
are you
canceled?
hoping that Boba Fett gets canceled?
I hope all of Star Wars gets canceled.
Probably all get
Zork Player
retconned.
1 says, Hi Gary. Judas D. Cott says, due to Kathleen Kennedy and John butting heads.
Yep. So that's what I was just talking about a moment ago about the whole John Favreau thing. And Kathleen Kennedy getting her fingers and all this shit he's doing. Let's see. Gary doesn't want to wave. I told him, I threw the command in there and he doesn't want to wave. There you go. Yeah, she's like trying to change shit and things, and that's what's pissing him off, and it's making him where he just throws out. So that's what a lot of people, when I've been like reading about and stuff.
Zork Player 1 says, can't they fear Kathy?
Like he's just making the show to just make it and not really putting much effort back into it now, because
Judas D.
he knows
Cott
they'll like
says,
do some shit
at
about
Zork Player 1 she's CEO.
it. Yeah, she thinks she's in charge, CEO. That's what that is. So he's just producing something, bringing it out there so that they don't, like, you know, take his baby away or some shit like that. Because he did a damn good job bringing that back, and the feel of it.
Zork Player 1 says, she is not CEO of Disney.
Well, not Disney.
Samu Wraith
the Marvel,
says,
I mean,
I'm waiting
thing.
for the battle of Gary vs the Killer Attack Tribble.
Killer Attack Tribble? Yeah, they definitely got to put Attack Tribble in this game now.
Do they?
Yeah.
Judas D. Cott
Think of that
says,
way they can charge
at
for
Zork Player 1 she's about to be.
Oh, see, I think they
Zork
should not
Player 1
charge for
says,
it and not
he
put it
can
in the
fear
game.
here.
Oh, they
don't have to put every single thing
Judas D.
from
Cott
Star
says,
Trek in Star
stupid
Trek Online.
shit is
They
going
don't
down
have
with
to.
them.
You know, not doing that is a viable option.
True. Well, they went like several, like a year or two, whatever, during the pandemic where they didn't add anything. Because they couldn't work from home. Now they can. Which never made any sense to me. With the way like game developing
Samu
is
Wraith
done
says,
these days, you
yes,
would
the
think
Attack Tribble,
they
I
would
want
just
IT score.
always have the option to work from home. But they didn't for this game.
It would be cheaper. You don't have to run offices and all kinds of stupid shit.
Yeah.
And
It was only after COVID that they implemented that, made it work, made it happen. It's so crazy. But then you get a chance to see like their actual offices. You're like, this is supposed
Judas
to be a
D. Cott
studio?
says, Attack Tribble. Also my nickname in high school, Cove T.
It looked like
Zork Player 1
someone's
says,
messy room
if
with
she
a
is
cubicle.
CEO of Disney, then I am going on the board.
If she is, then you're going on the board.
I'm just saying, if they want to put every single thing from Star Trek and Stowe, they need to add Girardi in her red dress as a
well, yeah,
hologram officer.
That's an actor kind of thing too, though. They got to get like permission and bullshit.
They have Geordie LaForge and
yeah.
What's her face? I mean, they could get Allison Pill in there. They could pay her money. They got the money to do it. I know they do.
And then you have to have the actor agree to it and say yes. I think Shatner said no.
Samu Wraith says,
Well,
at Judas D. Cott
Shatner's
Judas
a
the
piece of
Attack
crap,
Tribble,
so-
LOL.
Well, yeah, but that you know other people can say no too. And I mean,
Yeah, but other people aren't pieces of crap, unlike Shatner.
you have like Patrick Stewart is still not in the game.
Zork Player
Well, that's
1
because
says,
Patrick
doing
Stewart's
DR
bigger
Who.
than whatever that show is called, Star Trek.
TNG. Picard.
I'm just saying, he's bigger than Star Trek altogether.
Yeah. X-Men. Xavier.
You know, he's a Shakespearean, and then
Yeah.
that's what they need to do.
Theater
Doctor
actor.
Who Online.
That would be fun. Everybody
They
be a
need to do
Time
Doctor Who
Lord.
Online. Yeah. I wouldn't though. I'd be one of those aliens from Rexa. Hold on, I could do this. Don't help me out. Rexa, fuck. I could do this.
I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, don't. I'm gonna do it. Don't help me. I could do this.
Dude, I couldn't even do it. Google, what's the
Okay,
name?
give me a second. No, I just got a Raxacoric Raxicora Caphala. No, I'm gonna do this. I used
Keep
to be able
getting
to say
me
this
I
perfectly.
thought you had my back.
Raxicora Raxicora Cephalopatorius. Torius, something like that.
Again.
Looks like somebody needs to go back and rewatch some Doctor Who.
I can picture it. Raxicora.
Tuesday Cot says, LMAO4.
Cephalopatorius. Something like that.
Okay.
He's trying to remember.
I want to be the alien that farts, basically.
Zork Player 1 says,
We're both
can
too
you
old.
speak Jadon?
Got it there.
Udon? Oh, go.
All right, now you're overacting.
Judon. Me a speaker like a crazy man. Gary.
I need more Doctor Who. I need November to hurry the hell up.
Play the action adventure game.
I've played them already.
Okay, well.
I used to own it on PS3. I mean, I still technically do, but yeah.
Suck it. Suck it.
Zork Player 1 says, what game?
Doctor Who it's not used to. Doctor Who is my shit.
It's his shit.
Me and Doctor Who go way back.
And Stargate.
The one, it was a PS3 game with the 11th Doctor and River Song and her being in prison. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a side scroller action game. It wasn't great, but it had Doctor Who labeled on it. And
The VODs have returned.
What about like the one with Matt Smith in it?
Judas D. Cot
that's literally
says,
what I just
I
said.
do that doctor if you know what I mean.
It was a 3D game.
He is the 11th Doctor.
I mean, the one that I have doesn't have River in it.
Zork Player
It's
1
got,
says, how is
Oh,
your
the one I
brother
played
Gary?
had a.
Yeah.
He was in prison and it was a side scroller and yeah.
Yeah, the one I have is it's got Amy Pond in it and Matt Smith's Doctor, and they travel and you go you run around and do quests and things like that in 3D and stop the Daleks and find Cybermen and all that kind of stuff and yeah.
PS3 Doctor Who game.
I even got like that little mini trailer.
Doctor Who: The Eternity Clock. Is that it? No, I don't think that's the one.
Mine's labeled as the adventure games. It's the games that came out for BBC viewers only back in the day, like three chapters
says,
or whatever.
Let's insert Gary into DR Who.
And since I did that thing to allow you to, it was not VPN back then, but basically kind of the same thing. To get it, and I have it right there in my games.
They have the mazes in time. That's not it. But that looks like what you're talking about.
The Adventure Games is what this is called.
Was it the Eternity Clock? Okay, yeah, it is the Eternity Clock, yeah.
Zork Player 1 says, but you can't get them anymore.
It wasn't a great game. It was...
You can't get them anymore.
Nope. Licensing ran out, so I pulled it.
Well, I'm glad I still have that installed then. And I'm glad I still have the installers then. Damn it.
Who are you gonna call? Installers!
I ain't afraid of no ghost.
I'm afraid of the ghost.
Let's see if I can find it. There we go. There you go to this. I'll link it. Since I was always I loved the Doctor Who trailers for the next episode, I created this one based
You
off
love
of
Doctor
that.
Who so much. Why don't you marry it?
Scorpwana says, https://www.youtube.com/watch v equals ZUNR790 VQMU. Samu Wraith says, Gary ain't afraid of no ghost.
He ain't afraid of no ghost. But I made that in like
You know
the
who
style
is
that they
afraid of a ghost, though?
Shaggy, Scooby Doo,
Magic Johnson.
Magic Johnson. He's afraid of getting AIDS.
Chodesti Cot has gifted a sub, tier
No,
1,
damn it.
to Samu Wraith. 3 months.
Oh man, what did you do that for? I'm glad you did it for. I'm glad you did it for somebody and yourself. So, but then why?
Everyone go home
There's no need to skip
and watch
subs.
Quantum Leap 2022.
I'm so sorry that why? Makes me feel like I've done something wrong.
Look, man, stop giving him money and get WWE 2K23 and play that instead. Stream that game.
You want Judas to stream it?
Yeah.
Samu
Get the
Wraith
game
says,
and stream
Judas, aw dude, thank you.
I mean, like, you get really nothing when you subscribe to my channel. Maybe the ability to...
That should give me what I need to craft this gun. Blocked.
Block?
What?
Blurk.
Why is that
Judas
blocked?
D.
How
Cott
am I
says,
supposed to?
just supporting you,
Perk
man.
required. Grease Monkey. Grease? Where the fuck do I get that perk?
Judas D.
Aw,
Cott
man,
says,
I gotta go through
"Let
every
me be
single
me,
one of these and
mister."
find Grease Monkey.
Let you be you, mister. Let me be me. Let us all be who we are.
Massive.
Dun, 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 dun. Potato.
Pump it louder.
Pump it real
Mongoose.
good. Dun,
Hella
dun,
bullets
dun,
in your face.
Well, I
Bulldozer.
do appreciate that, Judas, but I
Dead center.
just don't see why me. I mean, I'm not worth anything. I'm a little piece of poo on the bottom of your shoe.
Okay, if he doesn't want
Sam
your money,
Wraith
I'll
says,
take it.
I want
I'll
core
take
video
your money.
game as him as Sam Beckett.
Keepo.
Sam wants
Crafting.
core video game as you as Sam Beckett.
I want core video game as him as Sam Buck. Okay, we'll make it happen.
We'll do it live.
First things first is you need to find where the Grease Monkey perk is. That's somewhere.
That'd be interesting. A Quantum Leap game. Where you leap in and have to
There it is.
get cute clues and stuff and figure out who the hell you are. And... Boink.
So I need to be level 12.
Level 12.
I
You
need
must
to
be playing
raise
Cyberpunk.
that.
Zork Player 1 says,
Yeah.
nice VID.
Yeah, whenever
I am.
Doctor Who used to have their little trailers when Stephen Moffat was running the
We'll
the
do it
show,
live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live.
it's based off
I'll
of that.
write it and we'll do it live.
So that's why I made it look kind of like those would. We're waiting. He's delirious. No, Jamie. He's paranoid. Dun, 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 dun. That's how those games were. They're pretty cool.
Fucking thing sucks.
Yep, I have that song memorized in my head.
Why?
'Cause I do.
Because you do.
Why not?
Be one of those.
Anus.
What are we gonna play at a funeral?
Anus.
Doctor Who
Anus.
thing?
Anus.
Zork Player 1 says, I can't water to see the new one.
Can't water to see the new one. I can't. Yeah, we can't either. I mean, Core wants it already to
Sam
be like
Wraith
September
says,
now or something.
I'd so play a Quantum Leap
November.
game.
November? It's November.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's ready for Tenet to be done so
Zork
he can see the
Player
new
1
guy.
says, when is it?
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I just want.
He said November.
I don't even care about Tenet. I mean, I do care about Tenet. I just want Doctor Who to be good again.
Make Doctor Who good again. Make it
Yeah.
great again. Is that your
It's
slogan?
November. There's 3 episodes are coming out in November, and then a holiday special, and then I think the season just kicks right up and after that.
And
I
there's
literally
you
think
said
it's
there's
going to
be
be
a
like
Christmas
bang, bang,
special,
bang.
right?
Zork
Yeah.
Player 1 says,
I don't know if it's
Tenet
Christmas
is
or
good.
New Year's, but
Get back into
yeah,
that
it's
rhythm.
it'll be
Soundwave
the
says,
3
the
specials
anus
in
Judas
November
place
with
Sodom explored at Judasticot rolling
Tenet
underscore on
as the
underscore the
14th
underscore floor
Doctor,
underscore laughing.
That's what I always looked
and
forward to
then
on Christmas was watching Doctor Who.
Nakuti Gatwa takes over.
And they've shown his companions already. Or
They
companion.
showed Nakuti's companion, and they've shown
Donna.
Tennant's, which is Donna.
Donna Noble. The Dr. Donna.
I hope her brain explodes.
Wasn't that a thing? Like she
Oh,
could never see him
aren't
again?
you the doctor? Boom.
Yeah, he was
And
like,
then he's like, oops.
he had to make it so she couldn't remember him or some shit.
Zork Player 1 says,
Yeah.
there is a preview of the next one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we've seen the preview.
It's like he's not impressed.
I've watched that. I've watched that preview like 40 times.
Just paused it here and there, frame by frame.
Doctor Who is my show. There are 2 shows are my show. Stargate SG-1 and Doctor Who. I could tell you virtually. I can't tell you everything about classic Doctor Who because I haven't watched all of it. But
Zork
when
Player
it
1
comes to
says,
modern Doctor Who,
what do I look for?
I could tell you everything there is to know.
I'm playing with leftover mashed potatoes right now, building a mountain.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what they did in Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Judas
They built a mountain.
Decott says, loved SG-1.
Everyone should love SG-1. SG-1 was a great show about companionship and killing gods.
Killing false gods. Cree, Java Cree. Oh, Zork, are you asking if there's a preview instead of there is? You probably an is there, so it's a backwards thing.
Judas Decott says, phenomenal show.
Phenomenal.
I don't know. What's to look for?
I don't know. Well, that could be what Zork Player's asking. Is there a preview? He probably, because he says, what do I look for?
Oh yeah, there is a preview. I mean, if you haven't, it's hold on. Doctor Who. What do they call this? 60th? Is it the 60th anniversary? Yep.
Zork Player
really?
1 says, no,
Yep.
I am asking how do I see it?
Oh, he's asking how does he see this preview that you're talking about?
This preview right here?
Just Call Makover says, https://www.youtube.com/watch.
That's how you see it. You click that trailer, that icon, that link, and you watch the amazing preview.
The Amazing Adventures of Dr. Hyun. Yeah. Core got that dialing thing down from Stargate SG-1. He got that shit figured out.
Man, y'all, some of y'all know the story.
Dun, 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 dun.
Scorp was working on a map. He was the map guy. I tried making a map, but my Halo maps consisted of pornography on the walls. Scorpwana went into a little bit more detail than that, but he created this amazing not SG-1 Stargate Command map. It was the SGC. As best as he could recreate, because unfortunately the SGC is
it's massive.
They like to reuse certain doorways for other sets of the SGC. So like the doctor's office will also be the cafeteria or some shit. So he did the best he could with the information he had. And I just gotta wait a while.
Halo.
Yeah, I don't know when that ends.
Well, I can hear you. That's about it, you know.
Alrighty.
Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Alright, it's done.
Oh damn, they shot me one. Anyways, he was having trouble getting the Stargate working properly because of how the physics, not physics, but
The coding.
I guess you could say the physics, yeah. It's technically physics
Yeah.
of Halo. They're weird.
It's
And
really
with the Stargate, you have, what is it, 42 chevrons or symbols? Is it 42?
something like that. I can't
I
remember.
mean, I gotta know. I gotta be sure.
Look it up.
How many symbols
How many symbols was a
are on
Stargate
the Stargate?
before we counted again?
39. Okay, I was close. I was off by 3. So the Stargate has 39 symbols on it and 9 chevrons. Is it 9 or 10? It's 9. Anyways, so how the gate works is the gate would rotate, the chevrons would lock on the top middle chevron on the symbol it wants to lock, and then the other chevron that it was supposed to be locked onto would lock as well. Scorpona had all that stuff figured out, the moving of the chevrons. It was trying to figure out how to input a sequence of 7 chevrons into the Stargate and then have it reset when you started dialing a new gate. And I had this like complex algorithm figured out and applied it to Halo and
Halo
got it
encoding
all
was-
working.
It was very tricky anyway to make things work.
And we got it working. That probably took like, I don't know, like a good week or 2 of my time.
Yeah.
But still.
Yeah, I had the problem where it would overshoot and wouldn't go to the right place and all that shit. It would instantly
Yeah.
like spin the wrong way.
I like tomatoes. I like
flip
ketchup.
around.
And I got
and
it.
soup and
I got it
eggs
figured out.
are
I mean,
too much.
we only had, I want to say, like 2 or 3 dialing sequence
There's 2 Abydos and
set up.
Chulak, I think.
Yeah. But we had it set up where the gate would dial, it would open, it would close after 8 minutes automatically, or you could press a button. And that was the stupidest thing about Halo, is in order for anything to function, and I could not imagine how the map creators of the original Halo got everything the way it worked, but anytime anything moved other than your character, it had to be scripted. And in order for it to be scripted, it had to be attached to something, whether it was a button or just something to be like, when you press this, it opens the door. But in the Halo game, like if you stepped in front of a doorway, it would open automatically. But knowing how mapping works in Halo, you know somewhere a button for that door exists someplace.
Yeah, it physically has to be touched.
Yeah, something there
if
has to
it's-
be a button.
If it's server side, the client side doesn't see it half the time. So whenever a door would open on the server, and whoever was playing as server would see the door being open, could see somebody on this other side, but this person would see a shut door. You know, so you'd have to do something to make that sync up. And Halo wasn't good at networking. That's why a lot of the maps are just opened and there's no doors, really.
And if you ever played Library, the most annoying level in all of Halo, it's like one of 3 levels that have like a moving elevator.
Yep.
You will learn from map making in Halo why elevators in Halo 1 move so slowly. And it's because if it moves any faster than that speed,
Yep.
you will clip through the elevator.
You will clip, you will die every time.
We learned that.
Yes.
We tried. Scorp,
made-
I can't say we. That was something Scorp worked on. He tried so hard to get an elevator to move any faster than what it was supposed to. Because he had his original elevator. It would move I'm not gonna say like super fast, but it moved quick
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
But nope, you clip right through the damn thing every time.
You'd clip through it and it would come down and kill you.
It didn't matter how big the platform was. It could be thin as ice, or it could be thick as like a sheet of steel plate medaling or whatever, and that
It was
wording made no
something-
sense. But
It was something about how fast the Master Chief character would fall would depend if it was
Right.
going to be a fatal fall or not. So if you made him fall too fast, he'd instantly die within like a few steps or something. So you had to make him gradually come down, and that was just a pain in the ass. I mean, it was like him walking forward was the speed you had to go with the elevator. I couldn't handle it. I still have a map out there. It's a multiplayer map that I was working on where like one team is on one side, your team is on the other, and you converge into the middle where this elevator comes up and down. But I have it go so damn fast that when you jump on it, if you touch it, it immediately will move and you'll just die. So I was like, well, shit, can't do that. The coding of the damn game is what keeps it from being... Well, I don't know. Nowadays, it's probably easier because, they come out with the Master Chief version or something, so they probably redone the networking for it where it'll work better. I don't know. I'm not about
I wonder if it's even still possible to create custom maps for the Master Chief Collection.
I don't know. I never tested it on that. I just did it on the custom Halo version.
I wonder if
still have.
Does Forge exist on the Master Chief Collection?
I would think. Which one had Forge? Was it Halo 3?
All of them, for the
Forge?
one I know. I think Halo 2 had a version of Forge. Halo 3 had a version of Forge. I think maybe Halo 2 didn't, but Halo 3 definitely did.
Yeah, I know Halo 3 did because I played around with that shit. Halo 1, it came out with Sapien, which was the type of Forge, where if you had movable objects, you can create shit like that. But other than that, you had to make it in 3ds Max. And it had to be specifically 3ds Max because that's what Bungie and whatever
Judas
used
D.
to
Cott
create
says, yeah, Halo 3 introduced Forge.
You had to export it over as a Halo type map, and then you had to run the command line program tool to build the map correctly to see if there was any like illegal spots or something that could clip you through some shit or whatever, and meshes and textures that would collide wrong. Then you had to light the damn thing, and that would take like a day because you had to put in the like lighting levels and shit like that. Then when you finally opened up the Sapien editor to put in the dynamic things, which is the objects you can push or whatever, or like vehicles and all that kind of stuff, that would take a while too. And then you had to like tell the level, okay, you're gonna have a sky level here, so put the sun over here or what. It was just a piece. It's a big thing. If you know. The latest map that I do have that I never came out with was the Doom Level 1 map. I made it look identical to the third-person shooter first game of Doom, with the music playing and everything. And I can't get one thing working, so I haven't released it ever. And that's damage from the what is it? The green acid pools that you have on there. I can't get it to where you can get damage from it.
Green acid pools.
Yeah. I was proud of myself though. I found out like animated texturing in that thing. When everybody on the forums was saying it was impossible to do that because that's built into like the hardcore of Halo, and you have to be like one of the programmers or some shit like that to get that working. I was like, no, there's got to be a way to do that shit, and it was. And I found
There's a way to do anything, man. If it could be done on Halo, it could be done on multiplayer maps as well. You just have to figure it out.
Yeah. And they had come out with this thing called the Hog Drop, which was supposed to sync the client and the server, where a Warthog would fall on an NPC you just placed there. And a Warthog is networkable, which means wherever the Warthog is, that's how you know, like everybody in the map can see where this is no matter what. And an NPC or a fake character dying registers as a 1 or a 0. So whenever you would have this Warthog on top, if someone pressed a button, it would land on top of the NPC, turning the 1 into a 0, and then that would transmit over the rest of the whole like server to every client to say, okay, this button was pressed, and that's how you had to do like the whole button thing on networking. But it would glitch to where it wouldn't hog drop correctly and all this bullshit. And man, I could always load that up and show people, but I'm not gonna do it. That's boring. Anyway,
He's not gonna do it.
nah, it's boring.
It's boring, everyone.
Yeah, and the more I think about it, the more I want to do it. Damn it, fuck. Yeah.
Ooh, I could buy a vehicle for $20,000. I think I will.
Because usually whenever I get into like playing with that map though in Halo Custom Edition, I spend hours in it just playing around instead of actually, you know, just like looking at it and saying, "Oh yeah, I remember this." I start like pressing buttons and running over Captain Keys in an office chair, that kind of thing. And, you know, I can't help it. I start throwing myself at the event horizon of whenever the Stargate's getting started up and shit like that. Throwing a grenade through to make it bounce off the wall and come back. I mean, I just start messing around with that shit. I made it. I made like that fake. It was supposed to be like a weapon, but it was like a camera, to where whoever was like filming would be the person doing the video and stuff like that. So they would look like they were actually holding a camera. Versus if you tell the game to like take off the weapons for a character, the player or whatever, their hands would just drop down to their side and they would just walk around with their hands down to their side, because Master Chief he's never empty-handed, you know, when it comes to a weapon. So they don't have an animation for what he's supposed to do without a weapon in multiplayer. So I made a camera, like a big camera rig you sit on your shoulder, you know, and you like walk around and it's so goofy, so stupid. Man, I had plans. I made Abydos because of it. I was gonna make like a Hatak ship up in space with the ring platform that would go off, because I still have that animation. I had ideas, but just the coding of Halo just would prevent me from doing a lot of that. And the pixel thing, you can only have so many polygons, which is what creates the 3D mesh and all that kind of stuff, and which makes the 3D object. You can only have so much detail per Halo map, or else it wouldn't work right and wouldn't be created. So that hindered me too, especially on the SGC, because I was going to make all 28 levels of the SGC, but I could only just do the main command center part, and that really made me upset, because I had it ready. I exported it, and it said too many polygons found in map, and I was sad, because I was going to have like this
You
elevator
could probably
work up through the whole thing.
You could probably do it with Halo 2, Halo 3.
Yeah,
Halo
but
3 custom
edition, custom map making. I'm sure it exists out there.
Halo 3.
Halo, how you doing, Halo? Now you got me wanting to look at my damn map here. Let's see. Games. Custom edition. Windowed version. Let's see if this loads up. It'll probably like be like a piece of shit though, streaming that at the same time. Halo, how are you?
You can now play Halo Custom Edition maps on MCC. I don't know what that means.
In Master Chief Collection. MCC. I've got that.
Oh, we all got that.
Wall. Let's see. Browser source, window capture. Maybe a window capture. Let's see, add source. Add source. Window, Halo. Done. Star Trek Online presents Halo. Let me get that centered a little bit. Ah, damn it. Ah, damn it.
Ah, dang it.
Ah, damn it. Shut up, Meg. Meg's not even here. Damn, I overshot. It automatically goes to, you press the button, it just keeps going by itself. And 43, 37, 39. There we go. Okay. Multiplayer. Create game LAN. SGC test. This was never official. Slayer.
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 Wah wah.
Hey, stop!
Chevron 1 engaged.
Fake Walter. Yep, it goes with a real dialing sequence. That's what it takes for damn ever. Can't get too close to it, else you clip through the floor right over there. Each one of the camera angles is like that, isn't it? In the show.
It's possible.
He's possible.
See, there's that buy-in.
Chevron 3 engaged.
That's my work right there. Not the gate itself, but the rotation.
Rotation.
Chevron 4 engaged.
And it's the correct
Chevron
address
5
too.
engaged.
That's what's awesome. Like if you look at the chevrons, it's the actual one. We were so proud. So proud.
He clipped to the floor.
Chevron 6 engaged.
Freaking
Chevron
the
7
freaking voice that's like Walter.
See, you go nowhere though when you go through, but you can hear it. You do this, grenade through. I'm throwing a grenade. You can where's it at? Close the iris. There we go. Control the doors. Which, again, is controlled from in here. It's a little behind-the-scenes shit that every game really has. Instead of a warthog, I made an anvil. You know, that kills the guy. That's door 1 guy to sync it with the server. This is where the kawoosh is kept. Yeah, the gate itself. Everything's kept here that is needed to be used. Yeah, this is a button you can press here to make it dial Chulak, make it dial Abydos. And we'll see. Damn it, I think I'm lost in the dark here. What the fuck? There we go.
I think everyone left.
Yeah, I think everyone left too. Yeah. Start talking about Stargate. Like, Captain Keys. Buttons do shit. There it is. Okay. Iris control from inside. Just that one. Brings down the shield. Brings up the shield. Chairs you can sit in. Hold on. Make it look like you're typing. Totally drivable chairs. Go upstairs.
Woolsey teleports through the not Woolsey, but yeah, Woolsey. You could teleport it on the stairs or whatever. What's the nature of the medical emergency?
Please state the nature of the medical emergency. This happens. Yeah, I had a thing for trying to make it as best detailed as possible, with as little things as possible too. I don't know what that room is. Another room just like it. Elevator shaft, because no elevator. Duh. Ribbed hallway. Let me turn off the flashlight. There we go. I was so proud. So proud of being American.
Firefly in the sky. Why are you so proud in the sky? Take a look at the book. Firefly in the sky.
That was so cool doing that. See? It's got the little animation. I love it. I love it. I miss you so much. An actual P90 that works. Single shot. Scope. So proud of this. I was so proud at a time whenever I was normal, a human.
A normal human, you say?
That's right.
I can't believe this is happening.
Can't believe this is happening, he said. Okay, let's go back down. I'll show you this. And boom. Now it's just you and me watching. Oh boy! Let's see. Go through here, go up here. If I remember correctly, go in here. Over in the corner is the camera that you can't see because someone else can see you holding the camera. I'm the cameraman. I'm here to take pictures. But yeah, that place is over here.
Mr. Sherman.
Yeah, that's that auto fall shit. Well, yeah, anyway. It was fun, wasn't it?
Aye, aye, aye.
Aye, 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 you bastard. Okay.
Domo arigato, Mr. Bastardo.
Mr. Bastardo.
Someone give me a beer.
Ending it in 3:08. Luckily, no one's here to see this monstrosity. And
that's right.
Yeah. I'm going to do the red shirt thing anyway. What's it going to be? Horta? Let's see. Yep, it's the Horta. Kill.